What do you care about them? What do you care about those people? What difference does it make to you? Take care of your own life. Do the best you can for you and your family. What do the rest of the people mean to you? They don't mean anything to you. They're just serfs. They're just people. You know, what's the end goal? The end goal is to get everybody chipped, to control the whole society. They want a one-world government controlled by them. Everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, they can just turn off your chip.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Friday night, and that can mean only one thing. It's Rise Above. Big shout out to everybody in the live chat. It's no normal show tonight. I've only gone and got a really, really special guest. Let's welcome back Mr. Mark Devlin.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Is this since you came last time, I think we've had some more upgrades around here, haven't we? It's like...
It does look a little different.
A little bit different.
A bit more swaggy.
Yeah, well, we're always building, always improving. Yes, guys, it's Friday night. We've got Mark Devlin in the studio. We've got my co-host, Andy PG.
Evening all.
Omar Beats is on his way. He's had some sort of nasty injury with his fingernail. I don't know what he's been doing. Hopefully he's going to be with us a little bit later on.
He's trying desperately hard to avert the NHS euthanasia centres.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go to the Depop centre just because he's lost his fingernail. So hopefully he'll be with us. Shout out to everyone in the live chat. Jay Large, Sasha English, Eye for an Eye, Tommy Tickle, Lord Doobsworth, all the regulars, Sam Carno, everyone that's listening in all over the realm, north, south, east and west, UK, US, Africa, Asia, Europe, wherever I forgot, just down under, everyone that's tuned in, welcome. It's Friday night and it's right. Yeah, Antarctica. So we've got with us tonight a good friend of the show, someone I've known sort of over a decade now in the old truth game, as it were, a legendary DJ and author, Mr. Mark Devlin. Welcome back, mate.
Well, thanks, mate. I'm a humble guy, so I always have problems with the word legendary. You know, I'm very gratified to hear you use it, and thanks very much for that. But, you know, humility kind of kicks in when I hear that word.
Well, okay. That's understandable, but us here at Rise Above, we hold you under that esteem. So a lot has happened since the last time you came on. You've got a new book out. I believe you've got a copy of it here.
That's right. Musical Truth 3. I think the last time I was in was April last year, by my reckoning. So
that's right.
That's been nearly a year.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, a lot of water has passed under the bridge, obviously, since those times. But one of the things that's happened is I've got my new book out, as you mentioned. So that's been out a few weeks now. It completes the trilogy in my Musical Truth series. I didn't really want to be writing these for the rest of my life. And if I'd kept it going, there was a danger that there could be a Musical Truth volume 71 if I get to live that long. But yeah, I thought I'd cap it at a trilogy. And it's not to say I won't continue to write books about the entertainment industry and mind control and things of this nature. But that's the end of the Musical Truth series.
Also allegorical fiction.
That's right.
That's right.
Yep, The Cause and the Cure. I had a great deal of fun putting that book out in 2019. What did I know about what was just around the corner and how prophetic that title would become?
The Cause and the Cure. Couldn't really do much better there, could you? Let's face it.
Exactly. Based around the title of a house music record, actually, from back in the day by Dennis Ferrer. No, Fish Go Deep, mixed by Dennis Ferrer. And that was actually called The Cure and the Cause. So I reversed those words. But that was a pretty influential house music record. So that inspired the title of the novel. So the next book that I do will be a sequel to the novel. And I'm still trying to work through the title in my mind. I want it to be The Something and the Something Else.
Okay, so there is a part 2 coming to The Cause and the Cure.
There is going to be, yeah, because with the last one, I left the characters in the year 1996, with the bulk of the story having taken place in 1990 and 91. Yep. And so I'm going to pick up the story for this sequel in 2001. Anything big happening in 2001? You remember?
Oh, maybe something. I'll just welcome to the panel as well, Inner Guardians. Welcome back, mate.
Salutations.
Salutations. I thought you'd gone to make a cup of tea.
Well, we're working on that one at the moment. I think it's going to be coffee.
Okay. Is that what Mrs. Inner Guardians are doing? Okay. So, yes. Welcome, Inner Guardians, and we have Mark Devlin here as well. Were you in the chat last time Mark joined us?
I don't think so. No, I think I missed the first bit.
Oh,
I think I came in for the second part.
And did you say you were listening to our chat with Sheep Farm, myself, Inner Guardians on the way down?
That's right. I burnt that to CD, and I was listening to it in the car.
Burnt it to CD?
Yeah, I'm old school, mate. You know that.
Did you use
if I could have burnt it to a slab of vinyl, I would have done that.
Did you use a computer or one of those like audio CD burner sort of, bits?
I did actually use a computer.
Oh god, not full.
It is
old
10
school
years
then.
old, but
I remember those. That was like a high end bit of kit. Those old CD burner decks, about 200 or 300 quid, massive things. Wow,
right.
Whole lifetime ago. So the new book's out.
Yeah, sorry, I was catching all your lingo on that, like Soviet Union and coinciditis and the blue and yellow way.
Oh, the blue and yellow rose, sweeping it under the blue and yellow carpet.
Yeah, there you go.
Britney Spears, yeah, all of those good ones.
Britney Spears, yeah.
Everyone in the live chat,
finish.
let us know how the levels are because we've got lots of different things going on here. I've got Inner Guardians remote. I've got Mark Devlin here on another mic. So let us know how the levels. If everyone's sounding clear and at the same level, we need to get that right. Thank you very much.
Before the show, I actually listened to your podcast with the Sheep Farm Studios. I quite enjoyed that information you put out there. Again, it's always nice to.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Yeah, it was very good. Yeah.
It's good to have a laugh about these things.
They are a good laugh. Dom and Chris, big up Sheep Farm if you're listening.
Yep. Big respect to them.
They've got some pretty sick lingo as well. The three dart finish.
Three dart finish. I love that. Yeah, I've picked up on that one.
We do share a little bit with the lingo. It's a triad. It goes round in circles and some because we didn't start Britney Spears. That was actually, I'm pretty sure, Sheep Farm. We picked up and ran with it, and there's a whole host of memes. Speaking of memes, this one came about.
I like that. See what you did there.
This is Sagehead, one of our top meme squad. He came up with this one, just for your special appearance back on the show. Musical Truth, Volume 3. Who have we got there? We've got the Beatles, Madonna,
Mr. Creepy Eyes.
Yeah, Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
Who's that?
That's the Rolling Stones.
That's the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
And obviously the original Baphomet rapper at the top, old Jay-Z.
That's right.
No, very good. Big shout out to Sagehead. Now, you're down in this neck of the woods right now, Mark, because tomorrow you're speaking at a conference.
I am, yeah. It's a bit further along the coast, but it's on Hailing Island, happening tomorrow. It's called Awake 3. It's an all-day conference, kicks off about 9 in the morning. I'm the first speaker on, apparently. So
you're on at 9 in the morning?
I'm on at 9 in the morning, yeah.
God, that's a wake-up call, isn't it, with your coffee?
Yeah, well, a few years ago, it would have been impossible, as we were discussing, because I was a late-night guy. I'd have been up all night, but these days I can't handle the late nights, so I can handle early mornings instead. So I'm the first speaker on, and then there's a bunch of other guys on. Chad from, that does the common law training. Chad Mannion.
Yep, I've heard
speaking
of him.
there.
Okay.
Rourke, who is the curator of the event, and various other speakers. Alan of Salisbury is there as well, I believe. And
Do
that
you know if
wraps up.
tickets are still available if anybody wants to go?
I'm not entirely sure, but there's a fair chance they might be. If people want to roll up to the venue, if they're in the area, they might want to give that a go. That's the D-Day Memorial Hall in Southwick, Hailing Island. And that goes on all day tomorrow till about 4:30.
Sounds awesome. Get involved.
Yeah.
What's the situation with YouTube, Mark? You still having problems with?
Well, I'm off of YouTube, mate. I'm done with it, to be honest.
Yeah.
My main channel got deleted a few weeks ago after 14 years. I had about 700 odd videos on there.
Wow.
And I was up to 63,000 subscribers. But they got rid of me on the basis of the usual nonsense,
Medical misinformation.
That's the one, yeah.
It was one of your older videos. I think I heard you say on one of the videos you put out, one of the older videos that got flagged, I think, wasn't it?
That's what they're doing. They're going back in time and they're finding excuses to get rid of you on the basis of videos that have already been up for several months.
And you can't say it was acceptable in the 80s. When I originally made that video,
2021, yeah,
that was acceptable in 2018 to say those things about that word and that subject.
That's right.
But
I put up a new channel and I thought, I'm just going to build back better, just minus the psychopathy and the Satanism,
Okay.
and just try and get back what I had. And I'm already up to two channel strikes with the new channel.
Of course you are.
And
Wow.
this is nothing to do with any words beginning with V. The reason they've kicked me off of this one is down to a couple of videos I presented where I was questioning the accuracy of the outcome of the 2020 US presidential election.
Oh, well, if it's
You-
not
you-
one
you
thing,
may
it's
have-
another.
You may have noticed there was a little bit of fraud. It was a little bit rigged. It was a little bit stolen. And apparently, if you point that out these days, it gets you kicked off of YouTube. So I've decided it's not even worth bothering with that joke clown-ass channel anymore.
Funny you should say that. Here's another subject that got everyone booted off of YouTube at one point. Hunter Biden's laptop. Haven't you noticed in this week that's back in the
mainstream news.
Now that's
Yeah,
mainstream
yeah, yeah.
news. Now it's okay for the mainstream to talk about it. That's absolutely fine. But people were losing their channels.
That's right.
Talking about that. Yeah, so just as Inner Guardians brought that up, the next meme I was about to show was this one, because this is one of our new sort of really popular rise above slang words, the algorithm. That's basically what's taking you down, and this is an amazing bit of work by Rise and Shine here. Let me just make that full size. Yeah, you have been plagued by Al Gore and his rhythm.
So it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what goes through your old videos. Sort of really quickly scan through all the old work. Because this is exactly what happened to my channel as well, Double LMC, that got taken down with like 5,000 subscribers and about 200 videos on there.
To be honest, people were becoming suspicious of me for still having a YouTube channel. And they couldn't understand why
You
I'd
must
not
be
been
a
taken
shill.
down.
I think
They were accusing me of being a shill. So at least those accusations can go away now, because I've joined everyone else in being banned.
I can't believe Mark Passio's YouTube channel's still up.
I know.
With
how's
what
that
he's
working?
saying, honestly.
Yeah, I think once they get their teeth in, then I think they sort of they don't go away.
Yeah, once Al tastes blood, he's like a predatory animal. He will circle you on that dance floor until there's blood all over it, and then your channel's gone.
Yeah, I know some great content providers that they're being taken down. They're literally finding it impossible. Even down to one of them, he had a video, and just because there was a young girl on the video, they took him down.
Yeah. I think the only reason that we're still
that was
here
the
is
reason they gave.
it is because of all the slang words that we use. If it wasn't for that, we'd have been gone a long time ago. Very likely, I think.
Yeah, you found your way around it.
Yeah. Now,
But it's
speaking of
only a matter of time, though, isn't it? What do you think?
yeah, absolutely. That's why we're working on the new website that's going to be able to host everything. Now, I understand you've been pushing these guys as well, Mark. Jam for Freedom. You've spoken to Campbell recently. Yeah. So tomorrow, I need to get this out there now. If you are anywhere near Leicester, head down to the Dog and Gun. It's live and uncensored. They've got Lucas Lyon, Inspector Veg, Tommy Coyle alongside Jam for Freedom. Tickets are available, jamforfreedom.com/shop. Big shout out to Campbell. Good to see stuff like this going on.
Yeah, absolutely. I support it all the way, because mainstream corporate music is just unlistenable now.
Yeah.
We know it's pushing agendas. It's all about mind control. It's all about social engineering.
And it's crap.
It also sounds horrific
Yeah,
as well.
Sounds terrible.
It's crap.
It's
Sounds
just
really bad.
horrible. I can't be around a radio when it's on anymore. So we need music of this nature. It's all about truth and freedom music, empowering, meaningful, conscious message music.
Yeah.
It's the only thing worth listening to now.
Yeah, so we're very pleased to have had Lucas on the show before. We're looking to get Inspector Veg on. So if anyone that knows Inspector Veg is watching, he has said he wants to come on the show. He needs to email me, riseabovelivestream@gmail.com. And that's a good point. We will open up some questions to Mark very shortly. If anybody wants to ask Mark a question, please don't put it in the live chat. Email us on riseabovelivestream@gmail.com.
I've got the email
Andy
open here,
PG
guys.
will be over here monitoring the email. So if you want to ask Mark anything, I can't monitor this chat. It's going far too quickly. So yeah, send us an email, riseabovelivestream@gmail.com.
Also, as per regular, if you buy some merch during the show, I'll give you a shout out.
Absolutely. So you, Mark, are the dark occult music specialist. You've now got your third book out on it. Who out of these new artists, who at the moment is perking your attention as to being someone that's potentially being the new plaything of the controllers? Because, you know, before we've had Lady Gaga, obviously Madonna, she doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Who would you say the new generation are? Has anyone stick out to you?
Well, to be honest, I can't stand to research the current generation of artists for too long because I don't like wallowing in that depravity. So when it comes to so-called urban music, so-called hip-hop, it's nothing of the sort, as we well know.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of artists out there pushing agendas. I know this because I hear a lot of them blasting out of my 13-year-old daughter's phone as she walks around the house listening to this satanic garbage, despite my best efforts to keep her away from it. So in terms of these rappers and such, I don't pay a lot of attention to them.
Yeah, because it's totally unlistenable.
It really is.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I delved a bit into that Travis Scott concert.
Yeah.
Astro World.
That was actually one of the
Lot to
questions
look
I
at
was
there.
going to ask you later, Mark. What you thought about the old
let's do
concert
it.
/ ritual?
Sure. Well, it clearly was one of those.
Yeah.
It was an event of that nature. It put me in mind of previous events where members of the audience have died, and it smacks of being some sort of sacrificial ritual. So the most obvious comparison is with the Rolling Stones concert at Altamont in December of 1969, which is where 4 people lost their lives. Most notably, there was this young lad by the name of Meredith Hunter, who got stabbed to death by the Hells Angels, who were supposed to be doing the security for the event right in front of the stage as the Rolling Stones were performing. And there were 3 other people at that event that died as well. And then you had an event by The Who in Cincinnati,
that's
where there was a big crowd push, a skirmish, a crush, and several people lost their lives there. And a similar thing happened with Pearl Jam at the Roskilde Festival sometime in the 90s, where there was a loss of life among crowd members. And the latest one has been this Travis Scott event. And everything about it was very dark.
I think it was
strange.
8, wasn't it? It was eight people who lost their life.
Initially,
so,
that was the initial report. I think it ended up being 11.
Right.
Yeah. And we're given the usual mixed messages and inconsistent accounts of what went on. So in some versions, the young people reportedly died of the arm spear, the results of the 3-dart finish, adverse reactions to that. You hear other accounts whereby there was a push and a crush and just a big sort of...
Just people getting stomped to death, basically.
Yeah, getting trampled on. And then other accounts claim it was drugs that the kids were doing and they had a bad reaction to that. So who knows the truth of the matter? Some people claim that, those individuals didn't really die. And we have to ask all these questions.
Full spectrum, yeah.
Exactly. So I don't know exactly what went on there, apart from some high-level strangeness with the usual dark occult symbolism and very unsettling aspects of it, including Travis Scott appearing to go into some sort of mind-controlled trance and mumbling incoherently.
Yeah.
So it's all very dark.
I mean, we did an emergency show on it, didn't we? When it happened,
we did like a 3-hour special on a Monday night.
Yeah.
The only time we've done another Monday night was the Ukraine special. Yeah. So when something happens, we do a Monday night. But I tried to consume as much as that as I could without being affected by it. And I watched all of these videos of people in the crowd, the official videos, and it seemed like there was crushing going on, but it seemed like there was also people just basically all simultaneously falling over and having heart attacks that weren't involved in the crushing. So like you say, I would agree there was multiple things going on there. Yeah, certainly.
I mean, in regards to the crushing, I think we put we speculated that whoever's designing the layout and the setup for the crowd, it was way too small, somewhat deliberate.
It looked like it was designed specifically for crushing.
Exactly. Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me. And another really unusual aspect of that event was the fact that the very same weekend as you had these people reportedly losing their lives at this event called Astro World, you had the member of the veteran British reggae group UB40, known by the name of Astro.
That's right.
Who just happened to pass away at the age of 62 after a short illness.
Yeah.
There's been a few short illnesses lately. But what are the chances of an artist with that name just happening to die the same weekend as those events went down in
there was
Houston?
a third Astro link that weekend, and for the life of me I can't remember what it was. We did it in the special, we covered it. There was Astro, the death of Astro, and there was another one. So there was like a trio of the Astro references. Yeah. How long ago was that now?
November, that was.
November.
So what's that, 4 months?
Yeah. Time flies.
Yeah, so you asked me about other artists of the moment who are pushing agendas. Billie Eilish is an obvious one.
Yeah,
you know,
for
lots
sure.
of dark occult symbolism going
Black
on there.
goo coming
Yeah.
out of the eyes and the
Graphene.
photos.
Yeah.
The graphene coming out. The angel wings dripping in black graphene.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And then in the world of so-called rap, you know, it's like Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, and people like this, you know, who I don't pay a lot of attention to. And then the most obvious name you've got up on the screen there, in terms of
this,
you know,
this
when,
guy.
Yeah, when 2022,
I was going to bring him up. Funny enough,
when 2022's major artist and the most prominent and influential name of these times is Mr. Creepy Eyes Ed Sheeran himself, you know that the music business has gone down the shitter.
Yeah,
you really do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think I was saying this to Dom and Chris when we spoke about it. I said this guy would have never been big back in the day when you actually had to be good. Like, okay, yeah, he can sing and play the guitar, but like,
it's so bland though.
It's super
There's just
bland.
nothing there,
and he doesn't even look like a pop star.
He's a busker, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's a busker. That's how he allegedly got cited. He was busking, and somebody, you know,
I very much suspect that that's a cover story.
Well, absolutely, yeah. But that is the story of Mr. Sheeran.
One of these rags to riches stories that we get to explain where these people come from.
So this is another meme we've got here. Let me just get rid of the graphics so you can properly see it. One sec.
Fred West style.
Yeah, Ed West. So this was actually inspired by Terror Slim, who was on the other week. He basically said you don't want to know what's under Ed Sheeran's patio because he's doing a lot of building and stuff like that. So Auntie Coviet has memed this into existence. This is Ed West on site laying down a patio.
Well, we speculated that he's actually some kind of angel of death.
Yeah,
isn't he?
I called him the Red Reaper.
There's a lot of people who are around Ed Sheeran who are
his manager Shane Warne. They also both knew each other.
They've all passed away.
Tweeting on each other's anniversary of their death. Really weird.
Well, you mentioned that in the show with the Sheep Farm guys that I was listening to, and it put me in mind of a couple of other characters.
Go on.
Who are kind of like Dr. Deaths in their own way. I mean, one is Fadi Fawaz, who was George Michael's partner.
Right.
Not a guy you'd want to get into a relationship with if you're that way inclined, to be honest. Because before he was with George Michael, he was in a relationship with Stephen Gately of Boyzone. And the thing about Stephen Gately is that he just happened to drop dead of sudden adult death syndrome, which is a great way of explaining otherwise
There's a lot of that going on.
Deaths.
There's a lot of that going around.
Exactly. On holiday in Mallorca.
That's a big killer.
Dropped dead, like you do. Well, you actually do these days.
Yeah.
And then he moved on to George Michael, who turned up dead in bed on Christmas Day, like you do if you're a pop star. And then there's...
watch who he gets with next, basically.
Well, yeah. Keep a close eye on Fadi Fawaz and don't date him.
Hmm.
And then there's Bob Geldof, of course, Dr. Death himself.
Yeah,
who's not the luckiest guy to be around, to be honest. Just ask Michael Hutchence and Paulie Yates and Peaches Geldof and whoever else.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Didn't turn out well for any of them.
Didn't Joe Biden have a son and an ex-wife die in tragedy?
I believe so, yeah.
Tragedy.
I know he had a son, yeah, I wasn't sure about his ex-wife.
Yeah,
the ex-wife as well, yeah, in very strange circumstances.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is a lot of it about. And so many rappers and music artists that have lost children and parents and other close family members. That seems to happen a lot as well.
So just quickly bring it back to Ed Sheeran. So I did hear you say on the Sheep Farm podcast that you did, Mark. Didn't he win the Mobo Awards? Didn't he clean up there? This is music of black origin.
How is what he sings music of black origin?
He's the whitest guy.
I know. Other winners of the Mobos that year included Willie Nelson, Kenny Rogers, and Luciano Pavarotti. I'm joking, but
I thought you were serious.
It might as well have been. Yeah, he swept the board at the Music of Black Origin Awards of that year. I only have issue with 2 words in that title: music and black. But other than that, it's spot on.
Maybe he identifies as black.
I can only surmise.
He probably does.
I can only surmise this was a way of endearing him to the population, getting him popular with young people, and just getting his name out there as widely as possible in preparation for the agendas that he would be used for.
Another person that died, he's good friends with Jamal Edwards. Ed Sheeran was...
Right.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw when we mentioned Jamal Edwards, There were pictures of him holding up Knights Templar crosses with the 322 bracelet on, obviously receiving his accolades. Basically, almost essentially getting knighted. Same as, you know, the photos with Ed Sheeran with Lord Sausage Fingers. He's got the sword out and stuff like that. It's like, yeah.
Is that the real Lord Sausage Fingers or the fake one?
Is the fake one the one with the sausage fingers? Because the one that I've seen, everywhere recently has literally, they're not chipolatas, they are big like wall sausages, really big chunky ones, and they're red. They're red sausages.
Well, it's not just Paul McCartney who's got doubles these days. Every bloody body has, including Prince Charles.
And the Queen. The Queen's got quite a few.
Yeah, well, the Queen is CGI.
Yeah, did you see the one of the Queen cutting the cake that came out today?
Yes, I did. Yeah,
and she looked so superimposed; it was unreal. And she held the knife like this,
like brandishing the knife,
like Psycho style, like stabbed it into the cake and pushed it forward. She's like, "Am I doing it?" And it looked so weird.
Like she's at a spirit cooking dinner.
Yeah, like Marina Abramovich plunging a knife into a mannequin.
Yeah, the Queen has never been happier than she has since Philip died. She can't stop grinning. It's not her.
And she's not known to be a smiley person. The Queen is not known.
For the previous 70 years, she was never known to crack a smile.
No.
But the last couple of years, she's been grinning like a Cheshire cat.
I remember back in 2020 when the stabby jabs first came out, and she was on a Zoom call, and they filmed it, and she was smiling, saying, "Oh, you know, it's nothing really. It's just a little spike in your arm,
just a little prick."
Yeah, just a little prick.
Enough about Bill Gates.
She's just grinning all over her face. It's just, this is clearly not the same woman.
Who knew the Queen did Zoom?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
she does Roblox and TikTok as well, I think, these days.
Okay, speaking of, this is something that came to my attention. I want to show this to Mark. Elon Musk's missus, Grimes, bit of a weirdo, and apparently she's a pop music artist as well. This was brought to my attention earlier on, and I'll just make it fully large so everyone can see it, and I'll get rid of that one as well. No, not that.
Someone emailed that to me as well.
You've seen this as well, right? So, what have we got here? On September 4th, 2019, Grams made an Instagram post promoting her new song called Violence. She posted an image of a rock with symbols on, which predicted the Coviet 1984, Britney Spears, aliens, and DNA splicing and editing. 2 months later, Coviet 1984 hit. So this is the picture, and we've got what can only be described as something that looks like the Sumerian tablets. We've got a double helix, a virus, a plus with 3 needles equals what looks like a flying saucer. Then a knife, a DNA strand. It looks like some sort of hieroglyph cuneiform script.
Yep.
I haven't verified this. I'm not familiar with her music, certainly not from 2019 anyway. But this looks pretty dodge, I would say. This is
I don't know much about her, but a lot of those symbols that appear on the rock in that video there are similar to what is on the British £20 note. So somebody was showing me this at our pub gathering earlier in the week. They were holding up a £20 note to the light and folding it in various fashions. And you see different symbols start to appear, such as what appears to be a needle, an arm spear needle, what appears to be a tower. What's your slang for that? Pento?
Oh, pento jizzle.
Yeah, one of them.
Wireless pentagram.
Yep. And what appears to be an alien face in preparation for Project Bluebeam, which many people feel is going to be the next agenda. And a lot of this stuff also appears on the US dollar bill these days.
Yeah, I mean, there was a massive thing about the 9/11, the Twin Towers. If you fold in the dollar bill, then that comes up 2 Twin Towers.
Yeah.
Well, it does also look like there's a pento-jizzle tower on the new £20 notes.
That's right. So a severe case of coinciditis there as well.
Chronic, life-changing coinciditis.
So, guys, we have got a couple of questions in for Mark. Should we put them to one side or should we shoot?
Let's do one. Whip one out.
So, Mark,
who's it from?
This is from Stephen Brooks. So, hi lads, what's Mark's take on the cost of living crisis? Will it get to the point where it's impossible to survive without government handouts?
Well, I'm no expert in that kind of subject area. I've just got personal views on it. It's obviously an agenda, and the idea is to make the cost of living so unbearable for average folk that, we find it difficult to operate. So, in line with Agenda 2030 and the Great Reset and where they want to take things, it wouldn't surprise me if that's part of the plan, to make people completely dependent on the state, or in preparation for some sort of Chinese communist style social credit system incoming as the only solution out of this particular problem. So, I can't really offer much more of an insight than that, but it wouldn't surprise me if that turns out to be the case.
He has got another question. He's also, the sun and the moon, are they local?
They're a lot closer than we've been led to believe.
Oh, a realm question.
Yeah, well, I certainly don't accept that the sun is 93 million miles away, like we're told it is. It doesn't seem very plausible, really, does it? I think
Santos Bonacci says it's around about 60 miles away.
Wow. I heard 11,000.
I heard 3,000, so, okay.
Yeah. Well, I saw it the other night. It was literally sitting on top of people's houses the other night. Yeah. It's surreal.
I feel the sun and the moon are luminaries of equal size. Its duality, its polarities, is depicted in the Chinese yin and yang symbol, actually, which is charting the movement of the sun and the moon over the Earth plane, because the Earth isn't the one that's moving. The luminaries are, just as they appear to be. So, yeah, they're a lot closer than we're told, and they're a lot different in nature to what we're told. You can't land a rocket on the moon. It's not solid, in my view. It's just as it appears. It's a disk of light. And it's the polar opposite to the sun. And, neither of them are what we've been told they are.
So you think the moon's a reflection?
No, I think it produces its own light.
Okay.
It's
the dark sun.
Are you familiar with what's called crater theory?
Now that was the third. That was the third part to the question, actually.
Because, like you, Mark, we here question the globe and NASA and the realm. But there's one creator on YouTube who's Flemish. He's called Godvlamast, or we call him Godvaj because it's hard to pronounce. And he's come up with this theory. I will send you his videos. You've not heard of him, have you?
No, I don't know him. No.
Right. You will thank us later once you've watched this guy. And he has a theory about basically that what you're looking up at the moon is a reflection of a greater plane that we're on, and you can actually see a crater on the moon called Sulpicius Gallus B that has what people would say the flat Earth map contained within it.
Just guys, we're not a flat Earth channel. Just everyone knows. We're not into that.
No, I've actually heard that suggestion. I didn't know it came from that guy.
Yeah, I've heard that. As far as we know, it is Vaj's theory. I haven't seen anyone else.
But there's a lot more to his videos than that. He talks about a parasite and parasitic energy field, which is being invading this realm through the sun. It's coming actually through the sun and invading, and it's there's a lot to it. His theory,
because like you, we've questioned what the realm is, and obviously know that NASA's total BS. But this crater theory, it really sort of put a cat in amongst the metaphysical pigeons, as to speak, because it solved all the problems of what the flat earthers were talking about, and how the sun and the moon aren't what we. I'll send you some videos for you to have.
The only problem is that on certain occasions, you can clearly see all the way through the moon.
Yeah.
To what lies the other side of it.
Well, I've seen videos of birds that are flying behind the sun.
Yeah, so how is that possible if it's 93 million miles away?
Yeah, look, Soviet Union defector says, God, Vaj brought me here. Vaj knows us and we know him, so he sort of bigs us up, and we've got a little...
Yeah, big up Wim if you're listening.
Big shout out to Wim, big shout out to God Vaj and everyone that came over from that channel, and all of our lot that go over there and watch his videos. 1st of April is the next video, so that's 7 days away.
April Fool's Day as well.
April Fool's Day. We're really looking forward to that one.
I've got another question here for Mark. This is from We Ain't Having It. Hi, Mark. Your thoughts on Jordan Maxwell, RIP?
Well, I don't like to speak ill of the deceased, but I had heard multiple accounts of Jordan Maxwell not being all that he'd led people to believe he was. His real name was Russell Pine, so he took on the name Jordan Maxwell, which I think was based on a character in was it Madame Blavatsky's works? One of Helena Blavatsky's books.
In the Guardians would know that better than me. Was there a character called Jordan Maxwell? Are you familiar with that in
No,
Blavatsky's
not
work?
that I'm aware of. But in saying that, I'm not from the Blavatsky school of thought. So
Yeah, I just remember hearing a while back that he took the name from one of those books, and I did check it out at the time, and it did turn out to be the case. And a lot of people feel that he was a bit of a con man, a bit of a deceiver, in terms of telling people how long he'd been around. So he told the story that he got into occult research back in the 1950s, whereas there's nothing on public record seemingly that shows he was in the game before sort of the late 1980s. So he seems to have added a few decades to his resume there. Like I say, I don't like speaking ill of the dead, but I was asked the question, and I did have a few red flags about the guy, unfortunately.
I don't know if this is a Nelson effect, but I was under the impression he was already dead. And I said that today when someone else said to me, "Oh, apparently he's actually died today." So I thought he was already dead. I wasn't the only person that thought that. Maybe his death had been announced before, and it was false. But yeah, I was under the impression.
He was old and
I was
frail,
under the impression of that as well.
It was you in the Guardians, right?
Yeah,
I posted on our WhatsApp group earlier that that Jordan Maxwell died today, and then you said straight away that I thought it already died. But yeah, then you thought that as well in the Guardians, right? You thought it already.
Yeah, I mean, he's not somebody that I've really listened to too much. I mean, I've heard too many red flags about him in the past, so I kind of steered clear maybe 5 years ago.
Right.
I mean, you hear red flags about everyone, to be fair, but there were quite a few about him. I kept hearing him getting called out. And he was always spoken of in the same breath as Michael Tessarion, wasn't he? As one of the all-time greats.
Yeah.
It's usually David Icke, Jordan Maxwell, and Michael Tessarion.
Yeah.
But David Icke clearly took a lot of his work from Jordan Maxwell, as well as Bill Cooper, Fritz Springmeier, various others. And I think Jordan Maxwell accused David Icke of stealing some of his work.
That's right. Yeah. He wasn't too happy.
Plagiarism.
Yeah, that's right. He wasn't too happy with. We call him King David on the show.
King David. Yeah.
What's your take on Tessarion?
Mine.
Yeah. Tessarion.
Don't know much about him. The interesting thing about that guy is that for a name as big as he is on the scene, you never see him out and about at any events. He never goes to any conferences, and you never see him out on the circuit at all. He keeps himself to himself. I've heard that he's not a particularly pleasant character in terms of the way he conducts himself. And that's one of the reasons why he doesn't choose to mix socially.
Who's that?
Michael Tessarion. Real name Brian Heatley.
Right.
So
I think he's a great researcher, but I already sort of got that vibe of him that he probably doesn't get along with people very well.
Well, he had a falling out with Mark Passio, didn't he?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
And not many people sort of go up against Mark Passio.
Well, you've got to be pretty ballsy.
But Michael Tessarion would.
Well, you see, Michael doesn't go out on the circuit to conferences and stuff, so he's never going to bump into Mark Passio.
Right.
Because if you pissed off Mark Passio, you might worry about walking into him at some event or other.
Sure.
But there's no such concern.
I was watching some roundtable chat the other day, and it's quite old. I could tell by the graininess on the video. And there was like Sheldrake there, Michael Tessarion, and a few others, and it's like it was basically like the Michael Tessarion show, and everyone else was just sort of like trying to sort of rebut what he was saying, but he wasn't having it. Great researcher, but yeah, I could see
one
what
of
you mean
the big
there.
problems at the moment in the sort of esoteric circles with Michael Tessarion and Mark Passio is that they push the globe agenda. So I know that's become a big divide. Yeah, that's become a big dividing line because. I don't know. I mean,
so they're not even globe skeptics. They actually like no.
They push.
Well, I think they all do, don't they? Jordan Maxwell did.
Mark Passio definitely does. Yeah,
Right,
he says that the luminaries are what we're told, what we're led to believe. He also says that he says that the flat Earth speculation has been put out there by dark cultists for divisional tactics.
Which could be partially true.
Yeah.
The way it's been shaped and the way it's been formed by the Flat Earth Society or whatever.
But I think at most, or at least, we should all be globe skeptics. I mean, I'm not saying you should hang your hat on any particular Flat Earth model or realm or creator or anything like that. I think it all needs to be speculative, unless you've been so high up that you can prove it by first hand on direct.
Well, this is what we always
realism.
say here on the show, don't you? What we talk about here at our table and Rise Above, these are ideas, and you know, we're just talking about and sharing ideas and speculating, and you know.
But then keep in mind that the same institutions and networks that are telling you that the Earth is a spinning ball are the very same ones that have spun the Soviet 1984 lie for the past couple of years.
And the 9/11
the very
lie,
same
and, yeah,
ones that
it.
have told you about every false flag terror event of the past several decades.
And presented a completely false history.
And every other atheistic, satanic deception and lie of the past several centuries. So are we to believe that they're suddenly going to start telling us the truth about this one particular subject?
That's the thing. When I first started to actually look into FL research and what the FL gang were saying, because I was sort of like, okay, I could see that there are problems, but I could also see that there are certain things that had legs, i.e., how far away the sun and the moon are, i.e., the flight paths. That's a real problem, you know, i.e., Antarctica. That's a real problem. But yeah,
water clinging to curvature, that sort of thing.
Yeah. However,
I think the easiest way to kind of debunk the globe is water. You know, being level.
Crater theory solves that, though, doesn't it? Because you could have a massive realm, whatever shape that is. If you have a crater, the water that sits in that would be level, like a puddle.
But then, how do you explain that certain continents are supposedly on the underside of the globe? How is water not falling out of them?
Well, with a crater, there is no underside.
But there is if you claim that this is.
That's why I can't stand for that. So that's why I sort of lean towards crater theory, because it solves all those problems.
Water I generally go towards holographic and simulation. I'm leaning more towards that.
Which would encompass all of the above or all of the under anyway.
And also things like, I mean, I push the boundaries when it comes to thought and consciousness and ideas and stuff like that. So, for instance, it's been put to me in the past that everybody has their own personal sun and moon. So when you look at the sun and the moon, it's not the same one that I look at.
Yeah.
See,
well,
the thing is,
that.
Yeah, we've been so sort of almost indoctrinated that reality is so fixed. Personally, I think it's far more fluid than well, it's fixed because it's been fixed because of mind control. But in reality,
perception, yeah,
like I was saying before we went live about you know, if you can change your psychic field, you would view a completely different reality. Now they've got us into such a narrow band of perception that we generally do see the same thing, but it's only because of the way that we function individually and as a collective.
Who was that? Was that your phone in the Guardians?
Oh, I think we've lost him.
We'll never know.
No. Yeah, no, it's a radar. Sorry, I'll switch off.
Right, okay, so your radar equipment.
It's a bit of a gay. It's a bit of a gay radar.
Is that your gaydar? Is that your Grinder notification going off? You've been sharing Russian military information on Grinder again. Right. Where were we? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I communicated that well enough, but basically what I'm saying is that reality is not as fixed as we've been led to believe. I believe it's far more fluid, and we can actually alter it. And this leads me to say what we're witnessing right now in the world potentially is of our own manifestation. And if we were able to change our coordinates or psychic fields as a collective, we would project a completely different reality or a utopia.
I'd be inclined to agree. That's and that's very in line with what King David had said in a lot of the books about that we're collectively projecting out the world that they want us to see. Yeah,
and that's what the war is. That is the spiritual war. It's a war of perception, and who controls the projection and the perception of the projection.
Got another question here for Mark. Actually, I've got 3.
Go on.
This is from Gary Morris, all of them. Mark, do you think the protests have slowed down the agenda? Also, I'll just tuck on the second one to that. Do you think they've been as successful as they wanted to be with the 3-dart finish?
Okay, well, I do feel that the protests, even though I don't like to call them that, I prefer to refer to them as freedom rallies, because you shouldn't have to protest for rights and freedoms that were yours in the first place and
Sure.
nobody else had the right to take away. But these events, I believe, and I've maintained this all along, that they've shown a visual indicator to anyone observing that there are large numbers of people that can see through the bullshit and aren't buying the lie and are prepared to stand up and do what's necessary to push it back. And just imagine if nobody had ever gone out onto any of these events since day one, how much more confident the evildoers would have been in pushing forward their agenda even further, even quicker, to even more dystopian levels. I think these events have demonstrated that you keep on pushing us, you keep on provoking us, and you will encounter resistance. So I think they've had great value from that point of view. In terms of the 3-dart finish, I think they would probably have hoped that that agenda would have been further along the line by now as well. And I think the dissemination of information about just how dangerous these things are has been quite effective in that regard. There's been some wonderful campaigns in terms of these various activist groups and people going outside these V centres and going outside doctors' surgeries and hospitals and stuff and handing out leaflets and talking about the yellow card reporting scheme and all of this. And I think because of that very zealous activism, it's probably stalled the agenda somewhat, and it's not as far down the line as they would have hoped. That's why we're getting talks now of new variants and a new booster is going to be needed and there's some new cases coming. They were winding up COVID, as you'll well know. And it seemed as if that particular episode was done and they were shifting all attention to Russia and Ukraine.
Yeah.
But COVID is kind of making a comeback.
Still bubbling under the surface.
Yeah, they've wheeled Witty out.
It's got
again.
an undercurrent of COVID still.
Yeah, they wheeled Witty out for a new announcement this week. And
he's back.
Oh, he's back, is he?
He just won't go away.
They found Witty.
Yeah. He was hiding under a rock with Anthony Fauci.
Yeah, have you heard what he's saying? He's basically saying that there's a new health crisis because people have become obese and they need to go out. They need to go out of the house more. This is from a guy who's told everybody to stay at home. I think it's a form of mockery, if you ask me.
Yeah, it does seem that way, doesn't it? Mixed messages, confusion, the Alice in Wonderland technique of mind control, gaslighting, psychological techniques.
Same
basically.
tactics.
Well,
Same
some
tactics.
Some
they
people are
use.
saying that's the reason that all the gas bills are going up, because all the gas has been used by the government, gaslighting the population for the last 2 years. There's like gas mark 33 constantly pumped out through every television.
Mark, what you're saying about the not the protests, the freedom rallies, I totally agree with what you're saying. And although it's not for me, I did go on one rally years ago against the bomb in Syria, and the government just completely ignored it. But I think we need a full spectrum resistance or response to a full spectrum attack of dominance, what they're trying to lay down. So, as an example, me personally, I don't really go to these rallies, but I work in other areas, because it's almost like the same way in a war, all of the military don't do the same thing. You have different divisions and different regiments and specialists and so on and so forth. So,
yeah, well, that's what's needed, because we've all got different skills to bring to the table. We've all got expertise in different areas, and it's a collective effort. You know, what I can bring to the table, or Lance can bring to the table, or Andy, or anyone, is going to be different from person to person. And as long as we all bring our own...
Well, it's like you, Mark, isn't it? I mean, you would... I think you'd be happy to say that you specialise in the music industry and the entertainment industry. That's right. That's kind of your thing, because you were involved with that at quite high levels. Actually, I actually watched the other week the interview with you, Destiny's Child.
Yeah,
all those years ago.
That's going back a bit.
Yeah, before Beyonce was wed to Jay-Z and all of that, and went out solo. And you've rubbed some shoulders with some of these characters
on a couch
directly,
with Beyonce. Imagine that.
That's
that
right.
would never happen now.
That's right.
I'd be frightened that a demon would jump out of her into me these days.
You wouldn't want to sit anywhere near her.
So, Mark, I've got a third question here from Gary Morris. So, do you believe in the white hats?
No.
There we go. That's a flat no. That's the end of that.
I can add a bit of detail to it if you like.
Yeah, you carry on. You add whatever you like, Mark.
Yeah, I'm at the point now where I just see the whole Q white hats notion as a psyop, unfortunately.
Savior psyop.
Yeah, a stand down exercise.
Yeah.
Just putting out there the idea that other parties have got this. You don't need to do anything. Patriots and everyone else around the world, you can just hang up those guns and grab the popcorn, as the saying goes, and watch the ride, watch the movie unfold. And the longer this whole thing gets dragged out, the more it becomes clear to me that that's the true nature of this whole thing. It has been a psyop. It's been probably the cruelest psyop in human history.
I would agree.
Giving people false hope. I mean, how degraded in consciousness do you have to be when you're okay with doing that for a day job? You're giving people hope that a desperate situation is going to improve and that brighter days are just around the corner. All you've got to do is have a bit of patience and have a bit of faith, place your trust in certain parties, and it will all work out. And for that whole thing to have been a scam all along is utterly despicable and just speaks to the absolute depravity and depths of degraded human consciousness that is possible to go to. But unfortunately, that's how I see the whole thing.
I think it became... I think it became very clear with the Trump fiasco, because you had a whole nation of gun owners that could potentially take down the government within 24 hours.
Well, they've got in the States, you've got a standing militia.
Well, literally, when that all happened, and during all of this rigged election debacle, they literally did nothing, absolutely nothing. Personally, I thought there was going to be an uprising of some sort, but then when I realised that the people that could have done it were listening to this psyop and did nothing, that we're in the situation that we're in now, which brings us all the way back to Ukraine.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how it's gone full circle.
Yeah,
but
can you imagine if they'd misjudged this one as well? Because obviously they've got their best social engineers and psychologists and behavioural experts and, you know, those that study the human psyche, and they would have been working on this agenda for years or decades beforehand. And they must have predicted what the response would be from the human population to what was being done to them. And concocting the Q psyop, which is what it is.
Well, that's just regurgitated Operation Trust. I know we've all mentioned this before.
From 100 years earlier.
Yeah, Soviet Union.
It's like everything that's happening now is from 100 years earlier.
Yeah, imagine how confident they must have been unrolling this one and thinking there's not going to be a massive uprising of gun-toting, freedom-loving American patriots. They're all going to be placated and pacified by this agenda that we've cooked up, so we're going to be good to go. There's no threat to us here. That's the way they predicted it, and they called it 100% accurate. But imagine if they'd got it wrong. Imagine the risk that was involved in that, and imagine how confident they must have been in how accurately they'd been able to read the human psyche.
Very good point, actually. Yeah, that's something I haven't really considered before.
Look at all the influencers that appeared during that time leading up to the whole Trump thing, and they just disappeared literally overnight.
Yeah, their whole career had been run off basically MAGA, being pro-MAGA.
Yeah. It's quite sad, really. But
I'd just like to give a quick shout out to Miss Chloe K. Bliss. She's ordered some merch.
Thanks very much for supporting the cause.
She's got a white rabbit t-shirt.
Yeah, remember,
in khaki. Great colour, great choice.
I've kitted Mark Devlin out in the Reject the Soviet Union t-shirt. All available on the website riseabove.news/shop. Loads of designs. We've got all the girls' designs on there as well. The trans geisha bunny.
I've said this before, that the Reject the Soviet Union one's the most interesting, thought-provoking and conversation-provoking garment that I've worn publicly. And there's a lot of people that catches the eye, that one.
Yeah, it's great to wear down the pub on, anywhere. Even when I was in Mexico, I was walking down the street with that on, and when I clocked that someone had actually read the t-shirt, and just by the look on their face, it was like,
this is one I got sent. I've worn this
NWO 19.
NWO, that's what I call COVID 19.
Brilliant.
Can I ask everybody a question?
Yes.
I was going to ask Mark, but I'll throw it up to everybody. It was a question that I asked in the Ideas Dojo the other night, and the normal method of operation for communism, or the rollout of communism, is actually starvation. It's it's historically that's the way it's done.
Tried and
What?
tested.
Yeah. How bad do you think they're prepared to make the West become in order to fulfill the agenda? I mean, I've been prepping. I've been a prepper for years, but for various different reasons, and normally just almost for fun, and because I can. But I'm just curious to know.
Are you meaning the entire West?
I'm talking about the West. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, like, what do you think they're going to take us to the point of starvation for us to beg for the new order or the reset?
Mark, I know
to come in?
you've speculated before that they're not really going to shit on their own doorstep, and if this was cooked up from London and Wellington House, the Tavistock Institute, and all these kind of social engineering places, do you think that's? I know you've speculated that this is why we might have had it slightly lesser than other Commonwealth and Western countries.
Yeah, I have speculated on that. In terms of how far they would take things, I prefer not to concentrate too much on that kind of dreadful, doom-laden scenario, because the dynamic of manifestation is very real. It is something that works. And what they want is for large numbers of people around the world to be fixated on dark and dreadful outcomes. Because if that's all they can imagine, if that's all they can project their consciousness and their thinking towards, there's a very real chance that it could assist that dynamic to come into physical manifestation. So I try to be realistic about things, and it pays to be prepared, clearly. But I also try to spend not too much time dwelling on these terrible outcomes.
Yeah.
Because I think you're, to a very large extent, playing into the controller's hands by doing that when you do it in mass numbers. I prefer to concentrate instead on things like these mass meditations that I've been curating. I'm no master meditator myself, believe me. It's not a skill that I have, but I recognize that I have an audience, and many of them will be very skilled in these areas.
Sure.
So what I try to do, what I do once a month, is get as many of these people on board as possible at the same time, imagining and willing into place through their consciousness an improved scenario that's going to benefit all of humanity rather than take them down a dark and dangerous road.
Solution based.
Yeah. I can't wallow in doom and gloom for too long, because I just become ineffective if I do that. Sure. If I'm going to be of service to humanity, to creation, and to my own family, I've got to keep myself in as good a place as I can and on as high a vibration as I can. And I can't do that if I'm imagining these terrible scenarios. So again, while I try and remain realistic and pragmatic about them, you won't find me dwelling on all these dreadful outcomes for too long.
Sure. I think that's very important. It's the world that we can imagine is the world that could become. So
that's right.
Be careful.
Right.
Be careful what you imagine.
It's a very tricky subject because you're 100% right, and this is something that I brought to the table in the personal protection industry, because I came to the realization that most of these sort of protection defense advocates were actually manifesting a lot of the problems, and I've experienced it myself. I mentioned it before on the show that I was doing a seminar on personal protection, and I spent all week thinking about personal protection. And guess what? The day before the event, I got attacked. And I completely believe that I manifested it. I made that reality
Did you
happen.
protect yourself effectively?
Yeah. There wasn't any paperwork.
There was no paperwork. It was an effective personal protection example.
Lance, can you just get up? Sorry to interrupt you, Unigon. Lance, can you just get up your Facebook Messenger? We've got a fresh one from Auntie Covia.
Oh dear. Wait a minute. Okay, all right. You carry on talking because I need to drag that into the Schwab show. I need to make it big.
Just with regard to... Sorry, man.
Yeah, so like Mark was saying, it's something I think you've got to find some balance between, as they say, like preparedness, and you've got to hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst. I think it's a case of balance, and this is one of the issues that I have with the so-called truth movement is that, for the most part, or the conspiracy movement, a lot of the stuff the dark occultists don't actually have to do, because all they need to do is get you to believe it's real. And I think there is probably 50% of the stuff that we think happens doesn't actually happen. We just think it happens. So therefore, it kind of does happen in
Well,
our
exactly,
minds.
and that's the reason why in so many Hollywood movies over the decades, you've had depictions of these dreadful dystopian futuristic nightmares in movies. Everything from Mad Max to whatever that Will Smith one was, where he's the last man.
I Am Legend.
Yeah, I Am Legend. You never see Hollywood movies that depict these beautiful, bright futures where people are living freely and abundantly. You never see that because they don't want you connecting to it in a conscious way and helping to manifest that kind of scenario. That
Yeah,
doesn't serve
they
them
never
at all.
put out the downfall of authority, or the uprising of the people.
With very few exceptions, like V for Vendetta or the odd one like that, but they're usually serving some other agenda or other anyway.
Well, there's plenty of other social programming in the V for Vendetta and other sort of movies.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So
And
how
these are
many
really
movies of that nature have there been over the years? And the public consciousness has been applied to them on a subliminal basis, and they've been helping to empower that kind of vision, which is what the evildoers want. That's where they want to take things. And they've been tricking and coercing us into bringing about our own slavery by imagining it into place. That's the genius of it.
Yeah.
And these are the conversations that need to be had. I think we're at a stage now in this whole process that those in the truth, freedom, awakened movements, we need to be having these conversations, because I think there needs to be more sort of doing and creating the reality we want, as opposed to focusing on the reality that they're trying to make us believe is a conspiracy, and therefore we make it so.
That's right.
Yeah, and we've all probably been guilty of that over the
I think
last
it's a
couple of
process.
years.
It's a process. I think that this whole awakening process, it is a process, and you have to kind of go through that phase, the dark night of the soul, the shadow work, and all of these things. And but there has to be some kind of outcome rather than just dwelling. And this is, I think, one of the problems that we've also got, because I think there's certain influencers and platforms that will keep people trapped in a particular narrow band of perception.
Mm.
Should we just have a quick look at this meme?
Yeah, well, I think we need to talk about this meme.
I mean, from what I've noticed, you've got Jimmy Savile there in the middle.
Shock winner of the Great British Fake Off. So I was talking a minute ago about this video of the Queen cutting a cake with this knife really weirdly. Is that like a face off They Live, isn't it?
Yeah. I've just noticed as well, she's in the garment she's wearing looks remarkably like the tablecloth behind her.
It does. It helps with the green screening.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
You don't see any line there when they walk her in. It's brilliant work. Look at that, made in real time.
Thank you, Auntie Covia.
Thank you,
that was a
Auntie Covia.
freshie.
That's a freshie.
There's a little bit of blue and yellow in the background as well.
Of course, let's not forget the blue and yellow.
Nice.
Oh,
On the wall, I think.
Yeah, we've got
Is it
just
blue?
behind the head. Got a bit of blue in there.
No, on the left-hand side. Who
Oh,
is
on
the
the
character in
left-hand
the
side.
white dress, white jacket?
Well, in real life, it's Kate Middleton, but I'm not sure whose face that is. Auntie Covia, could you get in the comment section and let us know who that is?
Somebody off Bake Off, probably.
What, the person they've cut that face off? No, that's someone that works for the Covia Union, I think. I don't know who it is. We'll find that in a moment. But we do like getting real-time memes. Big shout out to all the meme makers who are watching the show right now. What else have I got on my agenda here?
What does that say on the cake?
I can't see.
Is it in Russian?
It is. It's in another language. It's definitely not in English.
Maybe it's Israeli.
Maybe it's ancient Khazarian.
Same thing.
A little birdie told me that in one of your videos you had mentioned something about Kate Moss. I've been asked to bring this up by someone. Was there a mention of Kate Moss being involved in some dark occultism?
I don't
Kate
recall
Moss. Kate
mentioning
Bush.
Kate Moss.
Sorry, not Kate Moss, Kate Bush.
Kate Bush.
Why did I say Kate Moss? Kate Bush.
Yeah, Kate Bush. I've been addressing her on some of my presentations that I've been doing off the back of the new book. I've got
Right.
a section there called Sound Bites, which is short stories that kind of reinforce points that I've made in previous volumes of the books. So I've got quite a long rambling story, actually, far from a short one, about Kate Bush. And
We'd love to hear it, Mark.
Go on.
Okay, well, it's really just a summary of so much of the dark occult symbolism that appears in her music videos and has done through the years, and me questioning where exactly she came from and how she was groomed for fame. Because her father was a doctor, but there's very little information you can get on him online in terms of what kind of a doctor he was.
Mm.
And with so many of these prominent artists, my research has thrown up the fact that they have been subject to trauma-based mind control programming. So the first thought I had in mind in finding out her dad was a doctor is, what kind of doctor was he? Could he have been a mind control doctor? And much of the symbolism in her artwork and stuff suggests that she would have been subject to possibly satanic ritual abuse and mind control programming of this nature. She became a child prodigy with great musical talent. She'd written about 300 songs by the age of 13, reportedly.
That's pretty impressive.
Taught herself to play piano at the age of 11. And she wrote the song The Man with the Child in His Eyes at the age of 13.
Was that about Jimmy Savile?
Well, hopefully not.
Gosh.
It was supposedly inspired by this guy, Steve Blacknell, who was her boyfriend, we're told, at the time, even though she was only 13. And he went on to become an MTV music presenter, and he ran various businesses, became a producer in the music industry, worked with the Flock of Seagulls and various other acts. So The Man with the Child in His Eyes is supposed to be about him, but it's one of many songs from Kate Bush that is very supernatural and ethereal in nature. And the themes of many of her songs become very interesting, and they suggest a lot of arcane occult knowledge. She's got one song about pi, that amazing transcendental number that just goes on into infinity. And the whole song, it's a very beautiful song, just about the number of pi. But then she's got some more sort of sinister songs, like Experiment 4, which is talking about the weaponization of sound and how it can be used to do great harm to large numbers of people. And the song and the video that it came with is putting across the idea that governments harness this kind of technology in order to do great harm to their populations. And then you've got the song Cloud Busting with the video that was filmed at White Horse Hill in Uffington, a site of great mystical pagan significance. And that song is all about the orgone energy technology of Wilhelm Reich. And there was this short movie video that came with that song, featuring the Hollywood actor Donald Sutherland playing the part of Wilhelm Reich. And Kate Bush is playing the part of his son, Peter, in the video. And it was directed by Terry Gilliam of Monty Python fame. And the song is all about weather manipulation, cloud busting, cloud seeding, which was part of Reich's work. And in the video, you can see this massive contraption, this machine that he's devised, which they push to the top of White Horse Hill, and it gets pointed towards the clouds, and he turns a few dials, and it causes it to rain. So it's talking about weather modification, which is a very real technology, which there's documentary evidence to show has been used by the governments of the world for decades. But Kate Bush knew about this, and she knew about the weaponization of sound. So an interesting question becomes, what sort of circles did she move in, and what sort of background affiliations did she have for her to have access to this kind of information and to put it into songs? And so much of her work is just amazing to study lyrically. But then you have a very strange thing occurring in 2014 when she took a CBE from her of They Live fame there, the Queen. So that's a very high up order. It comes above MBEs and OBEs.
What does that stand for?
Commander of the British Empire.
Whoa.
So that was awarded to Kate Bush, and she accepted it from the Queen with great glee.
Commander of the British Empire.
Yeah, they're not just
right.
dishing them out.
An MBE is a member of the British Empire, right?
That's right. That's a kind of rank and file award. But a CBE is a high up one.
An OBE, what would that be?
Order
Officer.
of the British Empire.
Officer.
Yeah. So
Just FYI on this meme, that is Bruce Jenner. Auntie Caveat saying,
That's Bruce
thanks for getting
Jenner.
back to us, Auntie
Thanks,
Caveat.
Auntie Coviat. Cheers for that.
or is it Caitlin?
Well, yes.
Or is there a difference?
Wow, that's a nice white dress Caitlin's got on.
So Kate Bush, yeah, very interesting, endlessly fascinating artist, but with lots of sinister elements to her, I would suggest.
Mark, just on, I've got a couple of questions for you. But since you mentioned the weaponization of sound, I think this brings me on to one of my. So we all know Kanye, and we all know he's a controlled, shill or whatever you want to say, pushing agendas, whatever. So there's a few videos of him talking about the 808 drums and stuff like that, and he's saying that it's fucking up your chakras, man, and all of that kind of stuff. So what do you feel is Kanye's deal? Is he just going a bit off on a tangent? Is he defying his handlers? Is he what's that on about? Because he's quite open about this. It's bad and a negative thing for all this 808 music to be brought out, and it's everywhere now.
Yeah. He shouldn't have made 808s and Heartbreaks then, really, should he?
No.
That dreadful album from 2008. Yeah, Kanye is a total train wreck, but he strikes me as somebody who's obviously mind-controlled, probably has been since childhood,
Sure.
which would mean that he was tapped for success and fame and fortune and prominence from an early age as well. So it was no accident that he became a producer for Rockefeller, that Jay-Z's empire, and then became a rapper in his own right. I think that would have been planned all his life, and he would have trained for that. So he got the skills as a producer, and then he got the skills as a rapper, and he got put forward as an artist. And I think the idea would always have been for him to be pushing agendas and doing the social engineering stuff and the mind control. And he got put together with the Kardashian family, you have so many of these arranged relationships, such as Jay-Z and Beyonce, for example, which, in my opinion, is not a natural, organic, romantic relationship. It's a handler-subject type arrangement. And it's the same thing with Kanye and Kim, and so I think what we're seeing with Kanye when he has his little meltdowns and his little rants is a classic example of the true innate humanity of an individual starting to bleed through the programming.
Breaking through the mind control.
Yeah, breaking free of the mind control. The programming is breaking down. And if you notice, on many occasions after we've had a bit of a Kanye meltdown, he gets ushered out of the spotlight for a while. So he's out of public view.
And get reprogrammed.
Exactly. Back to the
Back
lab.
to the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of talk about that with people like Britney Spears when she was having, these outbursts. And then she'd sort of be reprogrammed. I saw at one point, it was like Lady Gaga was everywhere in all the music videos with all the symbology. Then for a couple of years, it seemed like she tried to check out and then brought back into the fold again.
She actually, I remember I read somewhere that she actually said that she regrets selling her soul.
Yeah, they probably do regret it. It's sort of like, to me, when you watch a film about possession or an exorcism, when someone's possessed by the demon, at one moment they're the demon and they're saying, screw you in hell or whatever. And then you see flashes of the person come back momentarily. Could be talking about something quite similar.
I think there's
these outbursts from Kanye.
There's a very thin line between mind control and the different alters, the different personalities that are created through the trauma-based programming, and possession and entity attachment. So some researchers believe that what we're seeing when these artists change demeanor is they've got some sort of entity in them that's animating them and starting to come through. Whereas others will say it's all about the mind control. But maybe the mind control opens up portals that enable these entities to enter.
Yeah.
So it's a case of both. With Kanye, it could be either scenario, I feel.
Nicki Minaj talks about an alter ego she has, which is a boy called Roman.
That's right.
She openly talks about them.
Yeah.
Well, she exorcised him at a Grammy award show. I think it was the one where Madonna came out with all that
the high priestess
of the Illuminati imagery, and it was absolutely drenched in Masonic and Egyptian mystery school
That's
sigils
just
and
part
stuff
of
like
the
that.
course with Madonna, though, isn't it? It's like
It's part of the course
if
with
it's
the
not,
Grammys.
if you're not literally dressed up as Baphomet himself or him herself, because obviously Baphomet is androgynous or transsexual or whatever.
It's like they're trying to out occult each other with each
yeah.
passing show.
Yes,
But at this particular show, Nicki Minaj came out with a guy dressed as the Pope, and there were these Catholic priests around her, and she declared that she was exorcising Roman Zelensky from herself during that ceremony. And she's not used the Roman alter ego from that day to this.
Roman Zelensky.
Roman Zelensky.
Sounds like a proper Roman
Zelensky.
Polanski and Zelensky, yeah.
Oh, is there some programming there?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Is that a Freudian slip or not? Or is it revelation of the method? Right, what time is it? 9:25. So in a minute, I'm going to actually send you over to the decks. Because you said you wanted to be gone by about 10:15, something like that?
Yeah, I'm a bit of a lightweight these days when it comes to late nights. But to be fair, I've got to be on early in the morning. So.
Yeah, not many people have gone and go and drop truth bombs at 9 a.m.
That's right.
At a conference. Usually, that kind of stuff, we do at 9 p.m. at night. So, was there any other outstanding questions?
I've got one other question from Joshua Blackburn's just come in. Harney, can you ask Mark about what he thinks of the Beatles? So whether he thinks the Beatles wrote their own material, especially the Rubber Soul album with reference to Sage of Keys' work?
Yeah, that's my friend Mike Williams, aka Sage of Quay, who's done so much great research into the true nature of the Beatles, and he's really taken a deep dive into the whole McCartney replacement idea, which he's completely sold on. Mike will tell you that definitely the original Paul McCartney died in 1966, and the guy we have today is an imposter who's been playing the public role ever since.
Well, you actually switched your opinion of that, didn't you, Mark?
Yeah, I've been all over the place with that one, to be honest, because new evidence keeps coming across my radar. And it keeps overwriting previous stances that I had on the situation. I can certainly say with a great deal of confidence that there's been more than one Paul McCartney. And what we've seen through the years, through the decades, is more than one individual playing that public role. Does that necessarily mean that the original biological Paul McCartney died in 1966 or at any other time? No, it doesn't. It doesn't prove that. It just proves that a double has been used consistently. So that's where I'm at with it now. I think there's a fair chance that the guy we have today, who we think of as Paul McCartney, may well be the original, and that for a period in the 1960s and possibly beyond, they inserted a double. And a lot of people picked up on the double and believed that to be the original Paul. So they got it twisted. They got it the wrong way round. I think that's quite possible. But either way, Mike has done a great deal of really valuable work into the Beatles. And he put out a video during 2020, during the scamdemic. I think it was about 4.5 hours in length, where he went into fine forensic detail to show how it was physically impossible for the Beatles to have written all the songs on that particular album and all the songs that they're said to have written throughout their career, Lennon and McCartney. And he showed what they were supposed to have been doing on each day of a particular period. And you can get this from the Beatles Bible online, which is this absolute train spotter's paradise when it comes to the Beatles, because it takes a calendar date, August 2nd, 1965, for example, and it tells you what each of the Beatles was doing on that day. Ringo was playing drums on this recording, George had a photo shoot, Paul was doing an interview, and Mike's looked at all this stuff and he's worked out that through all the interviews and all the recording and all the touring and all the real life stuff that they were supposed to be doing in this period, it would have been impossible for them to have written all the songs that it said they did.
Because they were doing so many other things and so much other publicity and all the other crap that goes with it.
So that means there were other forces that were writing songs for them. There were other forces that were directing their every move. And I certainly feel that's the case. That's consistent with the idea that the Beatles were not an organic grassroots group that just came up out of Liverpool and it was 4 guys that got lucky and just happened to find fame. It comes down to the fact that they were selected for it, and every aspect of their careers was facilitated for them. And I certainly feel that's the case. So I don't feel they wrote all their own songs. I think there was an entire team behind them.
As there is with many of these stars and bands and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
well, that's the norm, isn't it?
It won't be unique to the Beatles. That would be the case with most groups.
Well, something you've got to factor in with the entertainment industry is is doubles. Now, it's pretty much standard for the high level performers to have doubles and maybe more. And sometimes the way you got to look at it is from the perspective of product. So if you're selling a product and there's only one of it, it means you're very limited. So if you can create doubles and you can switch, play switcheroo with them, and also they can be in two places at the same time. Literally, I've actually witnessed this in the past. It does take place, and I think this can also make it look more nefarious than what it may be. It can be done on a commercial basis just to make more money from the product, because at the end of the day, these performers are classed as products, and the protection of the products.
Yeah,
so
you don't want to burn out your only products. You would always have if you would have a backup, you can run, like you say, 2 shifts.
I'm pretty sure, right? If you had the time and you watched a lot of video footage of these A-list celebrities, that you would probably be able to spot at some point that it's not them. Depending on the degree of the interview or the appearance. I think
it's like we talked about earlier with the Queen smiling so much recently.
Well, it's not the Queen, it's not Joe Biden, it's not Vladimir Putin, it's not Prince Charles. So why would it be unique to the world of politics or, world affairs?
Sure. Mark, I've got another quick question for you from Auntie Covia, one of our meme makers. She's asking about Cliff Richard.
Oh, Cliff Richard.
I know he's in Musical Truth Volume 3. Is that right?
Sir Cliff Richard.
Yes, sir. All the sirs.
Yeah, all the sirs. Well, I think we're in for a treat when Sir Cliff Richard departs this realm. I think there's going to be all kinds of revelations that come out about him, just as they were with Jimmy Savile. Sorry, Sir Jimmy Savile, who, by the way, was a close personal friend of Sir Cliff Richard, all pals together. I think Cliff Richard is highly protected. He's very high level. I think there's lots to know about him. It's been systematically covered up, and I don't think we're going to get to find out until after he's gone. That seems to be the code by which these networks, these groups operate.
An honourable death for the knights of the realm.
Well, yeah.
They still get to die a hero.
I don't know if you've noticed, but the only paedophiles are dead ones. Yeah. There aren't any living ones. So we find out that Sir Cyril Smith was an horrible paedophile, and Sir Clement Freud was an horrible paedophile, and Sir Edward Heath was an horrible paedophile, and Sir Jimmy Savile. Is it just me, or is there a trend emerging here? Was an horrible paedophile, but you only find out after they've died.
Yeah, I mean, the living ones, like Rolf Harris, all he's alleged to do is like pinched a few bums and stuff like that. There's no like hardcore allegations about Rolf Harris. He went to prison. He's alive.
Whereas you got Jimmy Savile, banging fucking corpses in the morgue.
Yeah,
they said it was. He's been like literally called Britain's most prolific paedophile.
Yeah,
yeah.
Did was it on Rise Above that we played that video with Cliff and Jimmy Savile? I'm sure it was last year. Do you remember when they did that? Cliff performed for this young girl's mother.
Yes, I do.
And Cliff Richard takes the little girl into that tent and says, "Oh, this is our secret."
Yeah. Don't tell your mum about this.
And was Jimmy Savile in the tent as well?
No, Jimmy Savile.
It was on Savile's show.
Oh, it was on Jimmy Savile's show.
Tent.
Could you imagine what was going on in the tent?
Yeah, that's it. It was like one of those little tents by the side of the road where they have roadworks or they're doing the phone line or something.
Yeah.
You don't see those anymore. But used to quite a lot. Yeah, come in here. Don't tell your mum.
Yeah.
He was dressed like a right pedo as well, I remember.
And you know what's really sick? Jimmy Savile was the host of the BBC's Children in Need for some years.
That's right.
And among guests that they had appear on that show, imploring the public to give up their cash for these poor kids, were Rolf Harris and Gary Glitter.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Mark, I don't know if you're aware of the those child helplines that they use that data to give tip-offs to known paedophiles if they become on the radar.
Childline and such.
Yeah.
With Esther Ranson.
Yeah, Esther Ranson's got a lot to answer for.
She sure has.
And she's still alive.
Yeah. Esther Rancid.
Esther Rancid. And Jimmy so vile.
It's precisely 9:33
Is it?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I think that's about time where we will wrap up our awesome chat with Mr. Mark Devlin. Before I send you over to the ones and twos to spin some soulful house, where, apart from tomorrow in Portsmouth, have you got anything else coming up you wanted to let anyone know about? Any other appearances anywhere?
I've got loads, mate. They're all detailed on my website at djmarkdevlin.com. I've got an events page there. So I've got the event in Hailing Island tomorrow. I'm doing a whole load of talks based around Musical Truth 3, the sound bites content of the new book. Getting all over the place with that. But in terms of actual conferences, there's one in Birmingham on Easter Saturday, 16th of April.
Cool.
The jury's in. Going to be up there with a whole load of other speakers. I'm going to be at the Glastonbury Symposium this year in
Lovely.
July, last weekend in July. That's always a great event. That's a whole weekend thing. I'm going to be at the Questioning Science Conference in Eastwood Park, Nottingham. That's over the 12th to the 14th of August. There's plenty of others. I've got dates coming up in...
Busy guy.
Yeah. Southport, St Anne's, Norwich.
Well, that's a big change
Newcastle.
from the last time we spoke. Last time we spoke, you were saying how you just cancelled a whole calendar of appearances. So it sounds like now that Putin has officially killed the Soviet Union, you've got them all back. You've got your calendar back.
It's like the old days, going out
Brilliant,
doing
mate.
DJ gigs.
No, really happy to hear it. That's brilliant.
Yeah, very, very busy.
No, that's great. It's great to hear. All right. Well, thank you very much, mate, once again for coming along.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. And we will have you back again in good time.
Sure.
But when we have these physical appearances, we always like to get a little bit more out of our guests here. So I'm going to say, please head over to the Crucible. Andy PG, you come and take a seat next to me. And yeah, in just a minute, I'll tell you what, I'll just play a quick little interlude. We'll have Mark Devlin playing some soulful, sexy house. Let's have the 2020 freestyle.
Big deep breath, maximum stay from Mark, might be like up. Yo. No predictions or prophecies, just scriptures and mythologies. No instructions in the Odyssey. Inhale, exhale logically, part of the tribe. Earn my stride, hung with the pack. Long dark night, poison darts, long blow pipes. I take aim at the moon shines bright. Entered this jungle as a student. I was acting humble and prudent, practicing to become fluent in a sacred tribal movement. Master arts the shamans using, elevating to more than a human. Raise the vibes so the hate's reducing. Absorb the light the sun's producing. Air's electric, feeling the charge of thunder. Dark foreboding sky we got under. Hectic in the presence of wonder. Open your eyes, awake from the slumber. Life is a prey, act like a hunter. Enter the battle, emerge from the bunker. It is the rain dance, I am the drummer. Dance to the rain, it's a stormy summer. Look yonder to the hills and valleys that mankind wander. Braving the storm, searching for honor. Allegiance sworn, command and conquer. Seize the moment, and you'll get drenched with the heavens of open. Draw for the power, more than potent. Keep on moving. I'm live in the belly of the beast. I stand firm and steady on my feet. Still inclined to write a little piece of that word on the street you're still trying to release. I spit fire, heavy on the beat. Training's done, ready, complete. I'm prepared to stare in the eyes of defeat, then stand up tall to the Babylon fleet. There's a power inside me, like a force of nature. Disregarding imminent danger. Whipping up a storm, the destruction's major. Different form with the awesome flavor. Babylon agent, now I'm in our cater. Exit agreement, place now wager. Since days of the parchment paper, they search for the savior. This is a system test. Adjust your parameters. Corrupt, scandalous, life uncrude, amorous. Are you a victim? Yeah. Cameras flash, they dazzle us. You can't predict threat of a flow so deep and cavernous, deep and hazardous, with incredible length and wide diameters. Not your average maverick. Locked your 16s, leave them staggering like a sick dream in the mind of a sick teen. When Freddy come daggering, I spray like whipped cream in the face of a clown for imagining they could ever come a challenging. I leave them spinning in my slipstream. It's not happening. This is a system test, no routine system check. Keep your eyes on the screen, but it's lies on the screen. Check for the imminent threat. This is a system test, no routine system check. You gotta stay switched on so your wisdom's blessed, and look for the crack with the system stretched. Double L 2020. Welcome to the roaring 20s. The slumbering lion has awoken. Double LMC.
Okay, we are back. And right about now, oh, got a little echo there. We're going to have Mark Devlin live. Are you ready to spin the tracks? Let's go. Let's go.
Sounds of Mark Devlin live on Rise Above. It's Friday night, people. You know what to do.
Oh, heaven. Oh, heaven.
Uplifting sounds of Mark Devlin.
We had it last time. We had a lot of people in the studio. Magic, there's a lot going on.
Let us know how we're sounding. It's Mark Devlin.
Not hearing Mark's feed very well. Not hearing your feed very well. Feel like it could be louder, someone's saying. Control it from the desk over there. Still the same? Is that better? We'll have to wait until Jeff getting you all off, yeah? Yeah, they're all muted. Saying that Mark Devlin sounds real like coming through a fishbowl, and they can hear us talking in the studio, but when there's no mic there. No, he's playing music, man. No, I've been listening to podcasts. No, it's not over this bike, it's over there's no other mics on, but they're saying it's all mics.
We're really sorry if it doesn't sound right. Oma Beats is on the way.
You know that God is able all the time, all the days. You know that God is able. He's able to do all things for me and for you. Oh, God. Sometimes you may feel that you are walking on your own, but you can discover that when you're with Him, you're never alone. Oh no, too many disappointments, too much pain. You never want to feel that again. Trust in Him, and you will find peace and joy in your life. He's able. He's able. Yeah. He's able. I know He's able. I know He's able. He's able. I know He's able. God is. He's able. He is able. He's able. I know He's able. Standing by His word is all that you can do. All that you can do. Don't worry with God. You can make it through. Lean on Him and know that you'll always get. Yes, you will. Put your hand in the master. You'll always be there. He is able. He is able. I know. Yeah. He is able. Peace and joy in your life. I know. He's able. He's able. He is able. Yes, He is. I know that He's able. Yes, He is. Yes, He is. Find that He's able. Yes, He is. Yes, He is. Yes, He is. I know. Yes, He is. God is. I know. If you believe in Him, He will take care of you. Yes, He will. 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 Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah.
saying? I'm talking about the man upstairs. The one that made me funky, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm talking about believing in the word and everything that he stands for. I'm talking about believing when things are down, that he'll make everything all right. You know what I'm screaming?
All right, all right. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's gonna make it all right. If you feel it, he's gonna make it all right. Come on, children. All right. Oh, he's gonna make it all right. All right. If you feel it, he's gonna make it all right. All right.
Yeah. He'll make everything all right. All you got to do is believe. Put your hands together and just pray sometime. Stop always asking. Sometimes just give thanks, you know what I'm saying? Just for waking up another day. Just being able to walk, being able to talk. You know what I'm screaming. Come on.
All right. Oh, he's gonna make it all right. All right. If you feel it, he's gonna make it all right. All right. All right. Oh, he's gonna make it all right. Raise your hands. Oh, he's gonna make it all right. All right.
You know, I hear people today complaining about what they don't have and what they need. But I never hear anybody saying, thank you, Lord, for just letting me wake up to see another day. Now I give thanks every day because of the many things that God has blessed me with. One being funky, you know what I'm screaming? It's gonna be all right.
All right. Oh, he's gonna make it all right. All right. Raise your hand. He's gonna make it all right. All right. All right. Raise your hand. Oh, he's gonna make it all right. Do you believe that he's gonna make it all right? Raise your hand. Oh, he's gonna make it all right. All you got to do is hold on, hold on. All you got to do is hold on, hold on. All you got to do is hold on, hold on. All you got to do is hold on, hold on. All you got to do is hold on, hold on. All you got to do is hold on, hold on. All you got to do is hold on, hold on. All you got to do is hold on.
He said
I have the faith, faith, faith. I have the faith. I have the faith. I have the faith. Have the faith. I have the faith. I have the faith. I have the faith. I have the faith. Faith, faith. I have the faith. I have the faith. I have the faith. Have the faith. I have the faith.
Every day of my life, I have prayed to live right, to change my thoughts and my heart, to change everything that needed to be changed. This life to me seems so hard when I looked at the blessings of being able to walk and talk. I have so many things to do. I don't want to get caught not doing what I've got to do. It's a good life. Take a piece of advice. Do the right thing and live your life right. If you live your life right, things will be fine. Things will work out for the rest of your life. Now that you know how life can be, come on and claim the victory. It'll change your heart and your thoughts. It'll change everything that needs to be changed. This life can seem so hard, but just look at the blessings of being able to walk and talk. We've got so many things to do. We can't get caught not doing what we've got to do. Good life. Take a piece so that I do the right thing and live your life right. You live your life well. Things will be fine. Yes, they will. Things will work out. Yes, they will. The rest of your life. Good life. Take a piece. Do the right thing and live your life. Live your life. Things will be fine. Yes, it will. Things will work out. Oh, yeah. The rest of your life. It's a new day, a new way. Things will change and make things better. It'll be a better day. All you gotta do is hold on and claim the victory. Yeah. Come on. Take a piece of it back. Yeah. Change you. Things will be fine. Everything will work out. Yes, it will. The rest of your life. Come on. Good life. Piece of it right. Doing right. Live your life right. Can't get caught. Doing the right thing. Things will be fine. Yeah. Things will work out. Look here. The rest of your life.
Giving you to the sounds of Mark Devlin live on Rise Above. We apologise for the sound problems earlier on. Hopefully it sounds a little bit better now.
It'll change you. Yes, it will. It'll make life better. Yes, it will. All you gotta do, all you gotta do, all you gotta do, all you gotta do is the right thing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Take a piece of advice and live your life right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now today, this life we live can be so hard. But don't worry, don't let go, 'cause everything will be all right. Yes, it will. 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 Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Yeah. Yes, it Oh, yeah. Look here and live your life right. If you live your life right, things will be fine. Things will work out for the rest of your life. Love is so many things. So many things. Love is. Yeah. There you go again, making me feel good. I've been waiting for love to answer my call. There's so much going on. We need to stay strong. Love is what we need to lift the spirits high. Let the light shine on you. Doesn't matter what they say or do. Just keep pushing, take it higher. Love wins, yeah. Love wins, let it within, but we kept it locked in. The key to happiness is opening up your heart. There's so much going on. We need to stay strong. Love is what we need to lift our spirit high. Let the light shine on you. Doesn't matter what they say or do. Just keep pushing, take it higher. Let it come from deep inside of you. Just open up inside of you. We gotta come together. It wins every time. Love wins every time. What we need is more love, more peace. It wins every time. Just open up your heart. Let love in. Let the light shine on you. Doesn't matter what they say or do. Let it come from deep inside of you. Love wins. Love wins. Love wins every time. Raise your vibration. The higher frequency will prevail if you allow it. Raise your vibration. The higher frequency will remain if you choose it. Raise your vibration. The higher frequency will come if you're open to it. Raise your vibration. The higher frequency will prevail if you allow it. What is your frequency? 310, willingness. 350, acceptance. 400, reason. 500, love. 540, joy. 600, peace. 700 and above, enlightenment. Raising the vibration is about what we do every day. The little choices we make, often ones we don't think even matter. What would happen if you decided to be kind to someone, especially after they were just rude to you? Raising the vibration is doing the right thing, even when others think you're crazy. Like picking up trash the person you're conversing with just threw on the ground. Raising the vibration, someone else may rethink humanity from that small gesture. Unforeseen occurrences happen to us all. Sometimes the mistake is ours. Choosing acceptance over anger or shame is raising the vibration.
Listen to reason. Raise your vibration by not arguing with your body. It knows what it needs, so give it. Rest, hydration, love, 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 love. Raise your vibration. The higher frequency will prevail if you allow it. Raise your vibration. The higher frequency will remain if you choose it. Raise your vibration. The higher frequency will come if you're open to it. Raise your vibration. The higher frequency will prevail if you allow it. $310 willingness. $350 acceptance. $400 reason. $500 love. $540 joy. $600 peace. $700 and above enlightenment. You raise the vibration by not scowling at parents of the crying child on the plane. Slow, steady breathing is a great way to open a divine channel of communication. Raise it even higher by playing with that child between seats when you discover their curious little eyes and fingers. It is a process, this raising vibrations. Sometimes we remind ourselves several times each day, each hour, because it's not always easy, just always worth it. You can't go from grief to joy in one step, but if you choose anger or fear over grief, in that moment you have raised the emotional frequency. One step is all it takes to start. One step higher is all it takes to grow. One step in front of the other to keep climbing. One step is all it takes to start. One step higher is all it takes to grow. One step in front of the other to keep climbing, 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 climbing. Raise your vibration. The higher frequency will prevail if you allow it. Raise your vibration. The higher frequency will remain if you choose it. Raise your vibration. The higher frequency will come if you're open to it. Raise your vibration. The higher frequency will prevail if you allow it. What is your frequency? 310 willingness. 350 acceptance. 400 reason. 500 love. 540 joy. 600 peace. 700 and above enlightenment.
Okay, we're back in the house. Mark Devlin, thank you very much for that awesome set. Come and take a seat, mate. Get the other cameras working as well. I'll put this one back over here just onto me. Yeah, use that one.
Oh,
we unplugged the other one. We had some issues there with some feedback at the start. Yeah, sorry about that. But as the comments dictated, you redeemed it. Not that it was your fault in the first place.
Well, I was wondering what was wrong with the rest of it if I had to redeem it on the last tune.
No, it was nice to have a change. We haven't really had any house music played on the show before. It's sort of been strictly hip hop, grime, drum and bass, bit of reggae. That's as far as down tempo as we've gone. So it's nice to have some more sort of soulful, uplifting vibes. Thank you very much.
That's what I'm all about these days. It's the only music I can stand to listen to in terms of new output. And to my thinking, the soulful house genre has remained pretty much untouched by the hidden hand. You know, if there are agendas being pushed or bad frequencies in the music and stuff like that, then I've yet to identify it. It's like the last remaining genre that's remained pure, to my thinking.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a fair assumption. There's not a lot you can do to corrupt, something that's supposed to put a smile on people's faces and make them dance. At the end of the day, every other music genre has sort of had some sort of degradation or corruption that's been pretty noticeable. So I think, it's a pretty fair assumption.
And my theory on that is that soulful house, for the most part, tends to appeal to an older demographic. So it's not aimed at kids. It's not generally 16, 18, 20-year-olds that get down to the sort of stuff that I played this evening. It tends to be people of more advanced stages in life. And the social engineers of this world don't really bother with that kind of age group. As far as they're concerned, they're done. They just want to get the minds and the hearts and the souls of young people who are much more malleable. So the reason why genres like hip-hop and grime and drum and bass and trance and techno get singled out is because they appeal more to these younger generations who are rife for that kind of social conditioning through the music.
Yeah, I guess not the target audience once you get past a certain age.
Not my generation, anyway. My generation is done as far as they're concerned.
Speaking of target audience, what was the rapper that brought out the trainers that had 666?
Lil Nas X, was it?
Lil Nas X. Well, I think that was with Nike, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, well, it looks like Reebok are trying to outdo them. Check out these Baphomet trainers, literally with like a cloven hoof.
Oh, my days.
Yeah, someone sent this one to me today. I think it was Jim Hunt in Canada. Sent it over to me. It's like, the cloven hoof Baphomet trainers.
Do you ever think they're going to run out of ways to degrade and debase morals and consciousness? Because I keep thinking they've scraped the very bottom of the cesspit, and then they come out and surprise me with something even more degraded.
Well, I was having a conversation like this in the Guardians the other day. I think it was, it was almost like there's certainly an outdoing, and how can we better what we've already done? How can we go a little bit further, a little bit more inversion, a little bit more degraded?
There's got to be a limit, though, somewhere.
Well, whatever it is, we seem to be racing towards it at 100 miles an hour.
Well, yeah, we'll be there by Christmas by the looks of it.
In the Guardians, you're back in now. Welcome back.
Salutations.
Salutations.
Hi. Yeah. No, I was backstage for a while.
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. We were a bit distracted there. We had some technical issues at the start of Mark's set. So what do you think of these Baphomet sneakers, mate?
Well, yeah, I was listening to what you were saying, and it correlates to what I've been trying to communicate with regards to, the degree of people awakening. And if you believe in polarity, or the realm of polarity, duality, there has to be a counterbalance. So we shouldn't be surprised that if there's an increase in satanic stuff, that there's going to be an increase in the awakening, and vice versa.
The yin and yang effects.
It goes hand in hand, yeah. So in some ways, we can observe it, but we shouldn't worry too much about it, because it's actually helping in some ways to help people to awaken. Because without this catalyst, people would still be doing the mundane things that they possibly were doing in 2019, 2018.
So inversely, this could actually be a good sign that we're seeing Reebok pushing these Baphomet trainers.
Well, it's hard to describe it as a good sign, but the thing is, you can't have both. You can't have it both ways. You can't have polarity. We can't deny the existence of polarity and then expect a great awakening, and then not expect there to be a catalyst for the great awakening.
Yeah, so in a way, maybe things like this are necessary.
Yeah, like I say, I always use the analogy of going to the gym. If you went to the gym and the weights move themselves for you, then there'll be no point. You go to the gym to have a bit of resistance, have a bit of a struggle, and it makes you stronger. As long as it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. So I tend to look at this the same way. And if you've got a degree of awareness and your sort of protective fields in place, then you can wander around this realm surrounded by Satanism and either not be affected by it or actually use it to remind you of yourself to remain awake and transcend or raise your frequency. I was listening to some of the lyrics on that last song that was played, and
Yeah, everyone was really enjoying that.
Yeah, Mark, what is that? Can you let the viewers know what that tune was?
Yeah, it's by Clever Keys featuring Diamond Dancer called Raising Vibrations. It's a house tune from probably about 5 or 6 years ago. Another DJ put me onto it. I heard it on his show and loved the lyrics, so got hold of it myself.
Right, now I can't quote it word for word, but the gist of what she was saying was something along the lines of, what will you do when somebody does something that you don't like? It's down to your response. That's where you prove your resonance, your frequency, vibration. I mean, we could all be saints, we could all be transcendental beings if there's nothing to worry about. The true test of transcendence or your frequency is when you've got an opposing frequency that is the opposite, the opposing frequency. So we should kind of almost welcome the struggle in some way. And even if you look at all religions at source, I tend to think most religions were probably from the real creator or from source, and then they get corrupted along the way. But they all contain this element of the struggle, the battle, the war. And I think that's the real meaning of it. It's, if you want to take it to the degree of resonance and frequency, vibration, that when you meet a negative frequency or low resonance, how are you going to respond to that? That's the true test.
Yeah, and that's what we've talked about a lot. That's what the catalyst is provided for us to act upon it, to react to it, to learn from it.
I'll just chime in on there. So that's why maybe some of these Satanists who are actually doing this, these politicians and all of that, taking their orders from the Schwabs and whoever else is pulling the strings, maybe that's why they can do it so easily, because they actually think they're doing some good. In their twisted mind, they're doing all this evil stuff to provide to be the catalyst.
Yeah, well, that's something we've discussed before as well.
So they think that by doing that, they are actually elevating human consciousness.
Well, yeah, I mean, they could be grey occultists. The thing is, it's a spectrum. I don't think it's... we've got polarity, but in between polarity, you have the spectrum. And you have to factor in all potentialities. It's a potential field. So even when you're dealing with the dark occultists, you've got far left, far extreme dark occultists, and you've got the kind of mild dark occultists. And you've got some dark occultists that don't agree with the extremities of other dark occultists. You may have a dark occultist that suddenly wakes up one day and realizes that they are a dark occultist and change their mind. And also, if you've got children that have been brought up in satanic families who have been traumatized, who have been ritually abused, and then they're literally forced into a life of being a dark occultist or Satanist. What if at some point in their career or their performances or whatever, they realize what they're doing and they want to break away from it? Maybe they can't do it overnight. Only by the grace of God that all of us sat here and potentially the audience and the viewers, we weren't born into that. We've got the luxury of being able to kind of awaken, like have a kind of soft awakening as opposed to an extreme awakening. I think these things have to be considered and factored in, because we've all participated in the satanic realm. We all pay taxes. We've all contributed and obeyed the Satanists. So we're all kind of a little bit dirty with regards to that. Now, once again, it goes back to the spectrum. To what degree? And at what point in your life do you realize that your life is artificial and that you need to wake up and do something different? Because I often observe some of these celebrities and performers, and you can almost see maybe that they're trying to communicate something, or they let things slip.
I mean, something I've noticed, it's almost like they let down the guard every now and then, and you see this sort of real vulnerability.
Yeah, and part of
behind the facade.
Part of my work, part of my consultancy is that I deal with, and I have dealt with a lot of people that have been victims of ritual abuse, either through their family, the way they're brought up, or even through business, and they've been tricked into things. And I consult them on like how to get out of it and be protected. What you have to bear in mind, if that's all you've ever known, it's very hard to break the cycle. And like I say, personally, I think we've all been victims of artificial perception technology. So the way we perceive life and the world and the realm, for the most part, is artificial. Because think about it, we were born into it. We went to school. Myself, I joined the army. I swore an oath to the Queen. Does that make me a Satanist? But I left the army when I realized, what was really going on. I think we all kind of have these realizations.
Yeah, we've all greased the cogs inside the Leviathan at one point or another. Like you say, paying taxes, taking part in society, going about your daily life. You pay every part of what we do is taxed, and it goes to the parasites. So, everyone's got their hands dirty to some degree, like you say.
We're in a very difficult situation, and the odds have been against us. And I think we're at a point of change, which we're all kind of witnessing. Well, some are not, some are doubling down. But I think it's fair to say that a lot of us are witnessing the reality of what the realm is like, and the controllers and the people behind the scenes and those without birth certificates.
Yeah, it's out of the realms of discussion of gents like us and thrust into everyone's face now.
And I think it's important to use discernment with regards to being gracious, because don't get me wrong, there are moments where we have to literally be very ruthless and brutal with the truth. But at the same time, I think there has to be elements of grace, and we have to be gracious, because we're all coming out of some form of hypnosis or trauma. And I always say this to my students, especially after the last 2 years. You're going to be surrounded by people who've literally been psychologically traumatized for the last 2 years. But like I say, don't get me wrong, I can be as brutal with the truth as anybody. But at the same time, we need discernment to know when it's appropriate or when it's not.
Yeah, because sometimes it could be wholly irresponsible, potentially, to be brutal with the truth.
Yeah.
In the presence of certain people.
Yeah, sometimes
at certain levels of understanding.
Yeah.
Well,
it's discernment. Goes back to the lyrics of that song that I was listening to that you just played. When you're faced with a certain resonance or frequency vibration, maybe not of your liking, or it could actually be against you, how are you going to respond? Not react, but how are you going to respond to it? Are you going to respond? Are you going to lower your frequency resonance vibration to theirs or to it? Or are you going to maintain and elevate your resonance frequency vibration, whatever descriptive you want to give it?
I really like that about that track you played. It was almost like a sort of an instructional manual. And we had really good feedback, like I say, in the live chat, while everyone was enjoying that last track that Mark played.
Yeah,
We
it's
might
very
get a
good, yeah.
transcript of that. Actually, it's pretty good.
The only other tune I know that is similar to that is that really old tune called Sunscreen.
Oh, Baz Luhrmann.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it Baz Luhrmann?
It is, yeah. It's an old tune from the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, the 90s, an
Everybody's
old
free
tune.
to wear sunscreen. It's called.
30 years ago, the 90s. Holy shit.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, it definitely had those vibes. Let's enjoy some Covey art. Check this out. I would say this piece on the left, not this standard Soviet Union safety briefing, but this piece on the left here with Lord Schwab holding up a baby, Blackface Castro. That's his name, isn't it? Blackface Castro. Are you familiar with Covey art, Mark?
I'm getting familiar with it.
It's a new genre of expressive art form that is very reminiscent of propaganda from the Soviet Union, but it's obviously remixed into current times.
Yeah.
This is a super good example. Is that the Azov Battalion symbol there? Wow. Yeah, and on the right here we have the worship of Ronald McDonald is strictly prohibited. And Mark, if you're wondering who Ronald McDonald is, it's the deity that we pray to when we really hope that we're wrong about what we say. It's not Ronald, it's Ronald McDonald. So like when we talk about all this stuff, we're obviously very hopeful that we're wrong.
We so want to be wrong.
Yeah, we really want to be wrong. So we will say a little prayer to Ronald McDonald. So that's what this one means. We've been producing these Soviet Union safety briefings via Sagehead for a little while now. They've been pretty popular. What else have we got here? This is really good from Auntie Koviet had earlier this week. Boris, the trickster, with his fez on like a what's his name, Tommy Cooper, I guess. And then I told him it would take 3 weeks to flatten the curve, just like that.
They're like graphic versions of the White Rose message stickers, aren't they?
Yeah. We really like the White Rose stickers.
They're great.
We're sort of aiming to sort of document the history. Oh, here he is, injured Omar Beats.
All right.
Yeah, we're aiming not just to provoke thought, but it's sort of like a historical record of the Soviet Union. Some of these memes. This was actually produced on the 2-year anniversary of the People's Pandemic, which was it last Friday?
23rd, wasn't it?
Sorry, yeah, 23rd. So that was actually Tuesday. No, Wednesday.
Yeah. Day after 22-3-322.
Yeah.
Important date in the occult calendar, spring equinox. But I'm sure it's just a coincidence that Soviet was launched on that date.
Just a coincidence.
Let's not read too much into it.
Yeah, so funnily enough, I have got a graphic to go with that. So yeah, quite a big week.
Exactly. 40 years after the Georgia Guidestones were unveiled on 3/22/1980. Exactly.
Showing Jamal Edwards the other week with the skull and crossbones bracelet on, with the Knights Templar cross and everything.
Have you got that news clip with the missiles?
I have got that. Should we have a look at that now?
Because I don't know if you noticed, it's the 23rd it was announced.
Oh, are you talking about the one with the missile that went into the kitchen sink?
No, with
the little girl singing?
No, it's been announced that the UK is going to send 6,000 missiles to Ukraine at a cost of how much was it?
Oh, yeah, I have got that. Yeah. We'll come on to that.
Because we care.
Well, I uncovered something the other day where we sent 2,000 Javelin missiles to Ukraine in 2021 or 2020, before all this apparently happened. 2,000 anti-tank missiles over the shoulder jobbies, quite high-tech Javelins. They're quite expensive. Just thinking, I wonder if they went straight to the Azov Battalion and just fired at other Ukrainians. Probably what happened. So yeah, Tuesday was 3/22. Anyone can Google all of the eventful things that have happened on that date over the years. Been quite a few iffy false flag terror attacks. Skull and Bones.
They love this time of year for their psyops.
Isn't it the start of the season of sacrifice?
Yeah, we're into it now. There's a big concentration around the 20th of April every year as well. So always pays to be wary from sort of the 19th to about the 22nd of April.
Right, okay.
That's Hitler's birthday, isn't it?
Yeah, 20th, yeah. It's when Prince died. That's right. Yeah.
Have you replugged in that mic?
Is that back on now?
Yeah. Sorry, we had some feedback issues.
I wonder what that was about then.
I don't know.
Oh.
We might have had well, I think we sorted it out.
It's cool. So St. George's Day, that's the day, the 23rd, isn't it? So
Yeah, 23rd of April.
Anyway, hi Mike, how are you?
All right, mate. Yeah, dropped a bit of Soulful House there just for a change.
Yeah, I missed it, to be fair. I knew that you liked the CDJs. That's why I've got these up here for today, especially for you. And I apologise I wasn't here on time for you, man.
Do you know what it was?
No
I think we were running the mic through the mixer for Mark to use, so it might have often causes problems when we start playing music. But,
right, because you still had the mic on live, did you, at the same time? Because you want to obviously host at the same time, don't you, Mark? So.
No, we left it there, but
it wasn't intended for it to be live. But it seems to be what happened.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to the subject of this. This is an excellent meme by Sagechad again. Elon Musk and his Tesla cars. It was only the other week when we reported that basically he said we still need to rely on gas and oil. We shouldn't slow down, extraction of fossil fuels. But we still have virtue signaling people going, yeah, I need to get my electric car to save the environment. But we've all seen the mines, the lithium mines, the batteries, and the terrible damage that mining those precious earth elements does to make these high-powered lithium batteries. So, is my new battery ready? I'm trying to save the planet, and we've got like a Ukrainian flag NPC inside the Tesla, shouting at some Congolese orphans that are mining the lithium for his battery.
Don't know much from Greta Thunberg about all that, do you?
No, she's
Funny that.
often silent about it. There's a few core things that she's silent about. There's that one. There's the damage caused by wind turbines to wildlife, because apparently I thought she loved wildlife.
Well, think about the cost of how much it is to make everything that is the renewable energy, and what it is. People, everyone who goes to work, everyone who works in these factories, they all have to rely still on the grid. Yeah, especially solar.
Well, it's like building one of those wind turbines, because the amount of fossil fuels you need to burn to make that wind turbine. It could spin for 20 years. It might never make it back. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to recuperate it. So, that's a great meme. Here's a fantastic remix that we had made by Auntie Kovia as well. The one on the left is obviously straight from HM Government, and the one on the right is the Rise Above remix. Stay at home to help save your brain. Anyone can watch it. Anyone can spread its message. Rise Above is every Friday at 9 p.m. Good work from Auntie Kovia there as well. Like that. Now, we'll come on to the subject of Ukraine. I'd like to play a game. In the middle of a room is your fourth booster shot. However, if you take it, you can no longer hashtag I support Ukraine. And then we've got like the screaming NPC woman. And then we've got two of the leading war criminals showing their support for Ukraine. It's pretty much a virtue signaling free-for-all, isn't it, at the moment?
Couldn't make it up, could you?
No.
And in the week we had Tony Blair decrying the war crimes of Vladimir Putin.
Oh, God.
Such a fun
Couldn't
one
make
to
that
talk,
up either,
isn't he?
could you?
Pop's calling the kettle black.
Exactly.
Like Article 101, textbook example. Tony Blair calling somebody else a war criminal. Yeah.
All right.
Absolute inversion. Let me get I'll come back to that. No, I won't come back to that actually. So I've noticed in the last week or two since the yellow and blue carpet has been rolled out, and I think I've talked about this before, there's a lot of stuff coming out in the mainstream media, basically just saying, yeah, we got it wrong all along. The COVID death figures have been completely wrong due to poor statistics. This was on the 19th, so this was actually the same time last week's show.
Do you think YouTube will be reinstating the channels of those they took down on the basis of them presenting the information that the mainstream has only just now caught up with?
That is a very good point. I wonder if we're going to get all of our videos reinstated.
I wonder.
I'd like to think so, because all I know, out of all of the crazy speculative things I've said, the things that I've been taken down for were the truest things I ever said. Like, I was quoting Professor Luc Montagnier, Nobel Prize winner, showing peer-reviewed science. It wasn't what they wanted to hear. That's what I got done for medical misinformation. It wasn't. So yeah, we've got Health Chancellor Gates.
Who is that nurse stroke doctor PhD fella who's jumped ships?
Health Chancellor Gates.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you talking about where is it? I've got him somewhere. He's he was like a nurse, but he had a PhD, this guy. Yeah. Hugo Talks did a little mini expose on him. Dr. John Campbell. He's got 4 million subscribers, 3 million subscribers on YouTube. Been pushing the Britney Spears. Been saying, he's been going through the stats, basically saying it was, you should go and take it. And then all of a sudden, he started to do a U-turn. But really, in the last month, quite recently, I think.
I wouldn't have too many gracious words for this character. I mean, he's done like the double dirty.
His real position has been noted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice show.
Have you seen his videos? Are you familiar with this guy?
I don't know him. No.
I've seen a few of his videos. I mean, a couple of months ago, he was basically starting to sit on the fence, but it's obviously too little, too late, because he has actively told people to go to the Britney Spears concert, and now, after he's with a fine-tooth comb gone through the pericarditis and the myocarditis stats, then he's suddenly something's wrong. Suddenly, definitely too late.
Some of us have been trying to point this out for months.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing that the tinfoil hat crew hadn't said 2 years ago. To be fair, where do we get to? Oh, I've got to go there. This one. Okay, so this was my personal favourite of the week. I think this happened on 322. On the left is a picture from the young ones, and on the right is a picture of a Ukrainian. I don't know if it's a kitchen or a bathroom. I'd say it's either a kitchen with a bath sink in it or a bathroom with a cooker in it. Now, on closer inspection, if you really zoom in here, you'll actually be able to see that the cupboard doors have been carefully cut away in an arc where this apparent missile has come through the hole in the ceiling, which is far too small for it to come through. I do have a video of this, because this is being touted as a Russian missile that struck some.
And that's actually supposed to be real, is it? That's
the one on the right-hand side.
That's an absolute joke.
Yeah, well,
it looks like these cartoons where a cat runs through a cat flap and the dog chases it, and the dog leaps through the door and leaves a cutout
dog-shaped cut,
in the door. That's what you've got going on in the ceiling there.
Yeah, no, I don't have a video for
An
it.
Exact missile-shaped hole.
Yeah.
I've seen this image on a Ukrainian sort of Facebook group being shared as real.
Wow.
It's been shared loads of places, mate. I saw 3 or 4 medium level outlets online sharing this.
Well, I'm not a missile expert, but aren't they supposed to explode on impact?
Someone was saying that this is actually a rocket, not a missile, that was actually a fuel booster for something else.
Right, okay. So it's just a bit of debris as such.
So basically what I think is they found some debris in the street and someone has concocted this. They've punched a hole in the ceiling. But if you zoom in, if you can find this online, you can see that the cupboard doors have actually been really, like, obviously cut in an arc shape. Like the sink here hasn't even been damaged as this has come through. There's no actual real damage here. It's just ridiculous.
No debris on the floor.
This could be like a couple of mates having a laugh. That's the other thing about it. They could see how far the meme or their picture is going to go. It's not unheard of.
Yeah.
Lance, if you want to just get your Facebook up, we've got a live meme come in.
Oh, right, okay.
From Effect Done.
Who's that? Is that a new person?
Don't know.
Affected one.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's from Gasmark 33. That's what I said a minute ago. Let me drag this over. How does this work? Drag this over here. Okay, so who's this from? Affected Done. Is this a new meme stuff?
Affected one.
Affected one. Oh, Affected one. Gasmark 33 Zelensky. Wow. 33 degrees and some sheep coming out of the. Oh, look at the sheep.
What's in the ears of the sheep? Yeah,
they've got
the
like
tags, what are they?
RFID tags, and this one's got a hole in the ear so you can see the eye of the other sheep through it.
Yeah.
Wow, it's really well done. They actually made this live because we only said gas mark 33 about half an hour ago. Welcome to the team, Affected One. Yeah, send me your address. I'll send you a T-shirt for that. That's worth a T-shirt, definitely. Well done.
You have to be careful what you say on this show.
Get memed up.
Yeah, you got to be real careful before you know it. It gets turned into a meme. That's what we like. No,
some of these memes, it's hard to decipher whether they're like a meme or like a news report or something.
No, absolutely. We've had it before where I can't tell if this is a meme or if is this a Rise Above meme or is this real life? So yeah, back to what I was saying a minute ago about Health Chancellor Gates. Does everyone remember this photo where he literally has a book called How to Lie with Statistics? That's on his reading pile because I'm part of Health Chancellor Gates' reading group. He sends me his reading list all the time. I remember when this photo came out. It really is his photo. Literally right in your face. What a bastard. And that smirk as well. He just knows.
Content, isn't it? It's content.
He knows that we know that we know he's lying, and we know he knows. And he knows that we know.
And he's getting away with it.
Yeah, he's getting away with it.
Mark, as we're on Health Chancellor Gates here, I did forget to ask you last time you came to the studio. I know you do a great Health Chancellor Gates impression. And when you're chasing your kids around the garden, pretending to be Health Chancellor Gates.
Please let us know.
Wondering if you could do that because we'd love to hear that on the show.
Maybe you should chase Lance around. Show us it.
Well, I used to chase my daughters around the garden pretending to be a wolf, and they loved that. But when I started pretending to be Bill Gates, they were terrified even more. So he's running around going, "You got to get your vaccine. Jab, jab, jab. Come back and get your vaccine. You're due your booster. Come back." They love all that.
That's at least €100 in the swear jar, I think. Said V word for
that needs to be a jingle. Can we have a jingle?
Well, it has to be a jingle. We have to get a recording of that. Yeah, I want that on a.
It's almost as good as his Boris Johnson.
What, is there another one?
Well, that's kind of waning a bit now.
Go on.
I've got a very important announcement to make to the British public. From midnight tonight, you must stay at home.
It's good. We like it. Gosh.
I went to Eton, you know. Buggered senseless in the dorms.
Bullingdon Buggering Club. Well, you heard it here first. Those are Mark Devlin's impressions. That's news to me. I like that. I like that very much. Okay.
You keep flashing Jimmy up.
Have you got to run? Okay, let me unflash Jimmy up.
So, I just got one thing to say about Jimmy. Right. So the other day, I'm not, because I've got CDJs now at home because my decks are permanently here, right? So,
right.
I found this CD where Ivan come to my house and he was like, he doesn't like drum and bass so much. So I was looking through it. I found a CD. It's from the jukebox I got years ago, right? So it's School Disco. Guess what track 13 is?
Go on.
The Jim Will Fix It theme tune, and it's track 13 on School Disco.
Oh my God.
Write it.
Please stop. Are you going to play that?
Oh my fuck.
Can you make a drum and bass remix?
I said this to Magix and he goes, I don't have nothing to do with that. I second that.
I'm not going to put my name to that.
No.
Jingly jangly.
No.
Yeah, and we did now then button. All right, well, Mark, thank you very much once again, mate, and have a safe journey back to your hotel and have a fantastic conference tomorrow in Portsmouth.
Hailing Island, yeah.
Hailing Island.
Yeah. Thanks for having me back, guys. Always good fun.
Always a pleasure, mate. Rise above.